Chapter 420. Miao Xiaomiao stomped on Lin Xian. Brother, your parents gave birth to your sister a little late. You're older than her by more than 10 years, right? Lin Xian. Uncle, do I look that old? Ha ha ha. I'm sorry, I can't see clearly through the rearview mirror. No offense, but your sister is very pretty. She has the potential to be a star. Miao Xiaomiao heard his words and looked at Lin Xian. She snorted proudly, as if to say, "Did you hear that? I'm that pretty. Did you see that? She's a natural beauty. You've found a treasure. You should take good care of her and not spank her like you did in the afternoon. She's not that smart. She'll be cheated if she becomes a star." Lin Xian said. "Who are you calling dumb?" Miao Xiaomiao wrinkled her nose cutely and glared at Lin Xian. "Ha ha, just kidding, just kidding." The driver laughed and said, "You guys are really close. Just like my brother and sister, they fight all day long." Lin Xian laughed and said, "Fighting proves that we're close." "Ha ha ha, that's true." The driver laughed and said. Soon, they arrived at the cinema. Lin Xian happened to see two figures walking in side by side at the entrance. They were Qin Shaotian and Wang Chanqian. Wang Chanqian had turned around just now, so Lin Xian happened to see her, but Miao Xiaomiao didn't see them. "What are you looking at?" Miao Xiaomiao followed Lin Xian's gaze. "But they just walked in. I just saw a girl. She seems to be my first love." Where? Miao Xiaomiao looked around. "Here, I'm holding hands." Miao Xiaomiao stopped in her tracks and quickly let go of Lin Xian. Her face turned red in an instant. "Damn, you're so good at sweet-talking. You've cheated a lot of girls, haven't you? Didn't I just trick you, little girl?" Miao Xiaomiao rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. "As if I'd believe you. Let's go watch a movie." Then, she ran over. Of course, her heart was still filled with sweetness. Lin Xian felt very awkward. The awkward part was that when he came out with Miao Xiaomiao, everyone thought that they were siblings. He really wanted to shout, "Look, this girl is my little girlfriend, the very little kind. Are you jealous?" However, even Lin Xian felt like he was bringing his little sister out to play. He didn't feel like he had too many girlfriends, okay? This was also because Miao Xiaomiao was too young. However, 14 years old wasn't too young, right? Lin Xian rubbed his chin as he thought. Then, he caught up with her. Generally speaking, they were waiting for time. Wang Chanqian and Qin Shaotian were definitely waiting in the hall. If they went in at this time, they would be easily discovered. "Don't worry, they sell ice cream over there. Don't you like it? Let's go buy something to eat." Lin Xian held Miao Xiaomiao's little hand and said, "When did I say that I like ice cream? It's something that only children like to eat." Miao Xiaomiao said proudly. "You're not a child?" Lin Xian laughed. Miao Xiaomiao said unhappily, "I'm not a child." Okay. Then, big girl, let's go buy something delicious first, okay? Isn't there food in the theater? Are you going or not? If not, I'm going to spank you." Lin Xian glared at her. Miao Xiaomiao subconsciously shrank back. "Let's go, okay? We'll know if it's small or not after we try it." Lin Xian mumbled behind them. "What did you say?" Miao Xiaomiao turned her head. "Nothing. Let's go buy something to eat. Uncle, one vanilla, almond, strawberry, blueberry, cream, and chocolate flavors." Lin Xian looked at the excited Miao Xiaomiao and couldn't help but twitch his mouth. She still said that she didn't like it? "Hey, aren't you afraid of getting fat?" Miao Xiaomiao said proudly, "I'm a natural beauty." Okay. You're a natural beauty, you're awesome." Lin Xian smiled helplessly. More than 10 minutes had passed since they finished making the ice cream. Lin Xian felt that it was about time. Then, they carried the ice cream and walked in. The first thing Lin Xian did when he went in was scan Qin Shaotian's figure. When he didn't see Lin Xian, he sighed in relief. What movie are you watching? Miao Xiaomiao licked the ice cream with her small tongue and blinked her big eyes as she asked Lin Xian. Horror movie. Whoosh, Miao Xiaomiao's face instantly turned red. Big pig trotter. Then, she cursed under her breath. F***ck. Why are you cursing me? Humph. You men watch horror movies to take advantage of girls. Don't think that I don't know. Miao Xiaomiao snorted. Okay, then let's not watch horror movies, okay? Lin Xian felt that it was impossible to meet Qin Xiaotian and Miao Xiaomiao if they watched horror movies normally. He really didn't want to take advantage of Miao Xiaomiao. Logically speaking, the two of them would watch romance movies in this kind of atmosphere. Horror movies weren't suitable. Watching romance movies would stimulate a girl's hormones. After watching it, the chances of them going to a hotel room would be higher. These were all the details of asking a girl out. Lin Xian knew all this. He didn't believe that Qin Xiaotian didn't know. Whatever. Actually, Miao Xiaomiao felt that watching horror movies was fine too. If she had known, she wouldn't have said it. Ah, damn it. Lin Xian said, also, you're my girlfriend. It's natural for me to take advantage of you and lie to you. No, that's not taking advantage of you. That's called exercising my rights as a boyfriend. Lin Xian said with a smile. In your dreams. Miao Xiaomiao then walked to the front desk. Lin Xian followed her. Can we watch that? Miao Xiaomiao pointed at a romance movie. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose and nodded. You can watch it if you want. Okay. Then Miao Xiaomiao said, Sister, we want that movie. Let's choose these 2 seats. Choose the 2 seats at the back, Lin Xian said. Since it was a romance movie and he was here with Miao Xiaomiao, how could he not take advantage of her? In this theater, the last row was a sacred place. Why the last row? It's so far away. You can see further if you sit higher, Lin Xian explained. The receptionist obviously understood these things. But when she saw Lin Xian and Miao Xiaomiao, she was surprised. They were a couple? That shouldn't be, right? This girl was so young. Could this guy be so perverted? Wow. Also, she recognized Lin Xian. This theater was where Lin Xian went before. She recognized Lin Xian not because of how handsome he was, but because of Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue. The 2 girls' beauty was still fresh in her memory, so Lin Xian left a deep impression on her. Last time, there were 2 beautiful girls, and this time, there was a minor. Wow. Was this guy a love saint? Wasn't he too invincible? And he was a love saint who had been around since he was young. He had some skills. Is that so? But everyone says this seat is the best. Chapter 421. Miao Xiaomiao knew what it meant when a guy asked a girl to watch a horror movie, but she really didn't know much about it. This seat is not bad, but for people with good eyesight, the last row is the best. Otherwise, why would there be rows at the back? Oh, okay. After a few seconds, Miao Xiaomiao realized something. What did the rows at the back have to do with this? The seats at the back could accommodate more people. What did the rest have to do with it? She felt that Lin Xian was up to something, but she couldn't put her finger on it. That's why girls with less experience and more naive girls were easily tricked. Then, they walked into the studio. The studio was dark as usual. Most of the light came from the screen in front of them. Lin Xian and Miao Xiaomiao sat in the last row. You're lying. What's so good about the last row? Miao Xiaomiao pouted and looked at Lin Xian. Not good. It's pretty good. Lin Xian put his hand on Miao Xiaomiao's leg as he spoke. Miao Xiaomiao shuddered. She seemed to have understood something. Take it away. Miao Xiaomiao quickly removed Lin Xian's hand and sat next to him. She was 1 seat away from Lin Xian. Bastard. 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 Pig trotter. The seats at the back couldn't be filled. As long as no one bought a fixed ticket, they could sit wherever they wanted. Lin Xian didn't lie to Ling Long Shui and the others like that. Come and sit. I won't touch you anymore, okay? Lin Xian smiled and looked at Miao Xiaomiao. Really? Miao Xiaomiao asked doubtfully. Really? Then, Miao Xiaomiao sat down. She didn't believe it, but women were really like that. After sitting down, Lin Xian patted his chest and said, Come and watch the movie comfortably in my arms. Or I'll give you a broad shoulder. No. I like to lean against the back. Thank you. Miao Xiaomiao said. Being disobedient is not likable. Lin Xian then pulled Miao Xiaomiao into his arms and pressed her little head against his chest. Miao Xiaomiao. Come, that's it. I'll feed you popcorn. Lin Xian then fed Miao Xiaomiao some popcorn. In the beginning, Miao Xiaomiao did struggle because she was reserved. But slowly, she felt that it was not bad. It was comfortable, and there were people feeding her good food and watching movies. It was really comfortable. Then, she became like this. Towards the end, she did not even notice Lin Xian's hand on her leg. Lin Xian didn't do anything out of line. He watched the movie and waited for Wang Qianqian's news. After about an hour and a half, Lin Xian and Wang Qianqian's movie was basically coming to an end. At this moment, in Qin Xiaotian's studio, Wang Qianqian and Qin Xiaotian sat together and watched a romance movie. Qin Xiaotian was not in the mood to watch a movie. He was actually quite nervous. Tonight was indeed the time for him to make his move. But doing this kind of thing, no matter how many times he did it, would not feel at ease. It was normal to be nervous. Qin Xiaotian slowly reached out his hand to Wang Qianqian. He did not say anything and just held her hand. For people who had not confirmed their relationship, there was no need to say anything. Just make a move. Because girls were reserved, they would reject you if you said anything. This was very common. For example, chatting on certain apps and then asking someone out to eat or watch a movie. Basically, it was like this. Wang Qianqian was not an ordinary girl. What she needed to act now was a seemingly reserved image, but in fact, she was like those men and women who chatted on apps. So she did not say anything and just let Qin Xiaotian hold her hand. It was just a handshake. It was nothing. It was nothing to Wang Qianqian, unlike girls like Lu Yufan and Yi. After all, she was already 25 or 26 years old and had experienced a lot. She could be very calm. However, after helping him, she had to ask Lin Xian for some service fees. She had been taken advantage of. Otherwise, she would be unhappy. It was no problem for friends to help friends, but she had to complain to Lin Xian. When Qin Xiaotian saw that Wang Qianqian did not retract her hand, the corners of his mouth curled up slightly. So he knew that he would definitely succeed tonight. As long as he could trick Wang Qianqian into his house, then he would succeed. For some experienced boys, without establishing a relationship, without saying anything, without asking, holding her hand without rejecting, the girl had already made it clear. Qin Xiaotian was also clear, so he felt that he would succeed tonight. He was most worried that Wang Qianqian would not agree, but now it seemed that there was no need to worry. Of course, the normal Wang Qianqian was not such a person. She would definitely not agree. Wasn't this helping Lin Xian act? That's right, Lin Xian had guessed Qin Xiaotian's plan correctly. Hotels and guest houses had surveillance cameras. The place he wanted to take action was his own house. Actually, it was not his house. He had rented it in advance for this matter. He had confirmed that there were no surveillance cameras in this neighborhood. For someone of his status, renting a house for his target was simply a piece of cake. In his own house, to be on the safe side, he would drug her and then take action. In Qin Xiaotian's eyes, Wang Qianqian was at the arcane body realm. Even if he did not drug her, he could still take action. However, he was really too cautious. Even if he felt that he was a realm higher than Wang Qianqian, he still had to choose the safest method. Of course, if she did not eat the food he had drugged, then he would take action directly. In any case, it was best to be safe. It was not wrong for him to be cautious, but he had one fatal weakness, which was his conceit. Being cautious did not mean that he was not conceited. His conceit was because he thought that his plan was flawless. As long as he followed the plan, there would be no problems. That was normal. But he never would have thought that this target was actually Lin Xian's bait, and Lin Xian had already begun to carry out his plan. He never would have thought. He also never would have thought that Lin Xian had the video of him killing Zhang Tian's sister, Zhang Ai. He also never would have thought that Chu Haohan had the video of him appearing in Lin Ya's house. These two were not enough. One was masked, and the other was filmed from the front. However, if he could film the next part, then the three could be linked together. Qin Xiaotian was already immersed in his results tonight. He might even be able to F***ck this girl before taking action. Although Wang Chanqian was not a beauty like Han Chushue or Yi Yi, she could still be considered a beauty. If he could F***ck her for free, then it would not be a loss. Of course, that was not necessarily the case. After all, his main goal was to take action. As the credits ended, everyone left the studio. The two of them also walked out of the theater. Chapter 422. At this time, Lin Xian received a message from Wang Chanqian. There wasn't much content, only that they had finished watching the movie and were leaving the theater. She didn't know what happened next and would tell Lin Xian later. Lin Xian's movie was coming to an end, but Lin Xian couldn't accompany Miao Xiaomiao any longer. Little Miao Miao, I won't accompany you anymore. Go back early after you're done. Lin Xian ruffled Miao Xiaomiao's hair and said, Oh, then go do your thing. Miao Xiaomiao was a little disappointed, but she knew that Lin Xian had important things to do, so she wouldn't be unreasonable. Okay, I'm leaving. After that, Lin Xian hurriedly left. There was no need to worry about Miao Xiaomiao's safety. Although it might be quite chaotic and it was the middle of the night, a little girl like Miao Xiaomiao would definitely be targeted by some people with bad intentions. But don't forget, she was at the mysterious heaven realm. If there really was one, he would probably be beaten half to death by Miao Xiaomiao. Lin Xian walked out and saw Wang Chanqian and Qin Xiaotian somewhere outside the theater. Lin Xian then hid. Qin Xiaotian smiled at Wang Chanqian. Are you hungry? Do you want to have a midnight snack? Wang Chanqian shook her head and said, I'm not hungry. If I eat in the middle of the night, I'll get fat. Then what are you going to do next? I don't know. Usually, when the girl said that she didn't know, it meant that the door was already open. If she really didn't have that intention, she would definitely say that she wanted to go home. Then there was really no hope. But since she said that she didn't know, what did that prove? She didn't want to go home. Then what did she want to do? Get to know her better. Then shall we go to your house, mine or Ru's? Qin Xiaotian smiled and said. Wang Chanqian smiled politely and didn't answer. Let's go, I'll drive to my house. Qin Xiaotian didn't give Wang Chanqian a chance to answer. He took out his car keys and got into the car. Wang Chanqian naturally followed behind him. This was a very common process. They didn't have to wait for the girl's response because most of the time, she wouldn't give a response. What the boy had to do was to help her respond. If Lin Xian knew what Qin Xiaotian had said, he would definitely laugh himself to death. As expected, he was a veteran. Why are you still pretending to be a good person in school? If you don't have a girlfriend, why are you still pursuing Yi? 2A. Then, Lin Xian hailed a taxi and followed them. At the same time, he received a message from Wang Chanqian. She was going to his house. As expected. Looks like he's about to make a move. Then, he sent a message back to Wang Chanqian, telling her that safety was the priority and that he would try his best not to show up. Lin Xian was only there for two reasons: to film. If he couldn't film, there was still Wang Chanqian to film. Anyway, there were two of them. Another important thing was to protect Wang Chanqian's safety. If anything happened to her, Lin Xian would use his space attribute to save her. With Lin Xian's strength, Qin Xiaotian definitely wouldn't be able to block the power of space released. Qin Xiaotian's rented house was actually quite far away from here. It was probably deliberately far away. After about half an hour, they arrived at a small district. Qin Xiaotian drove into the district while Lin Xian got out of the car at the entrance of the district and quickly ran in. The district was quite old, but it wasn't shabby. It mainly depended on the decoration of the house. If it was well decorated, it would definitely be very beautiful. The highest floor was 6 floors, and there was no elevator. Lin Xian observed that there was a camera at the entrance, but the cameras in the district were basically broken. If the car was driven, the camera at the entrance wouldn't be able to capture the appearance of the person inside the car. With Lin Xian's strength as a mysterious Heaven Realm 3-star, although he didn't have the dark attribute, it was still very easy for him to hide. Unless there was a stronger person deliberately releasing their divine sense to investigate, but how could Qin Xiaotian know that someone was secretly following behind? Moreover, this district was generally dark, making it even easier to hide. 3rd floor, left side. Lin Xian received another message from Wang Chanqian. 3rd floor. Lin Xian rubbed his chin, then released his spatial attribute and directly stood on top of an air conditioner box on the 3rd floor. This place was quite good, and he could see the situation in the room. And this room was one of the bedrooms. Then Lin Xian stopped moving. It was close to midnight, and it was very quiet. Soon, the lights in the room in front of Lin Xian were turned on, and Qin Xiaotian and Wang Chanqian walked in. "I'll go take a shower first," Wang Chanqian said to Qin Xiaotian. "Okay. You go first." Qin Xiaotian nodded and said, then walked away with Wang Chanqian. The corner of Qin Xiaotian's mouth rose slightly, then poured a glass of milk for her and drugged it. About 10 minutes later, Wang Chanqian finished a shower and walked in. "You go take a shower too." Wang Chanqian looked at Qin Xiaotian and said with a slightly coquettish tone. "Okay, I'll be done soon. There's milk on the table, drink a glass." Qin Xiaotian didn't want to do anything else. The sooner he finished, the sooner he could leave. The sooner he did it, the more relieved he would be. Wang Chanqian nodded and picked up the glass of milk. Qin Xiaotian then walked out, then walked into the bathroom and closed the door. Soon, the sound of the shower came from inside. Wang Chanqian walked to the window, only a wall away from Lin Xian. Lin Xian heard their entire conversation and knew that Qin Xiaotian was taking a shower. Then, he stuck his head out. Wang Chanqian was really shocked when she saw Lin Xian's head suddenly appear in front of her. Then, she nodded at Lin Xian without saying a word. They didn't communicate at all because they were worried that the slightest sound might be heard. Lin Xian sent a message to Wang Chanqian, "The curtains will definitely be drawn later, so it's basically impossible for me to film. I'm counting on you." Alright, the milk was drugged. Wang Chanqian nodded at Lin Xian, then turned on her phone to record. She placed it in a potted plant in the corner. She glanced at it and was able to record it on the bed. Then, she breathed a sigh of relief. Then, she lay on the bed and drank all the milk. Lin Xian was stunned when he saw this scene. Wow! She was so dedicated. Lin Xian was really touched. She clearly knew that the milk was drugged, but she still drank it. She could have secretly poured the milk away, but she was worried that there would be any accidents, so she still chose to drink it. However, Wang Chanqian had taken the antidote beforehand, so she wasn't too worried. Then, Wang Chanqian lay on the bed and closed her eyes in a very natural posture, pretending to be asleep. Lin Xian swore that if this matter was successful, even if Wang Chanqian didn't want it, Lin Xian would have to thank her properly. About 10 minutes later, Qin Xiaotian walked out while drying his hair. He deliberately looked into the bedroom and saw that the glass of milk was empty. Wang Chanqian was lying on the bed, asleep. The corners of his mouth curled up slightly. Chapter 423. Qin Xiaotian walked to Wang Chanqian's side and sighed, "It's not that I want to do anything to you, but I need you right now. You just happened to appear. I can only say that you're unlucky." Lin Xian's eyes flashed with killing intent when he heard his words. What was this called? Pretending to be a prostitute? He was obviously going to kill her, yet he was still sighing. Was he pretending? Qin Xiaotian then walked out indifferently, poured himself a glass of red wine, and walked in. Then, he sat on the sofa next to the bedroom, swaying the red wine and slowly tasting it. He was no longer in a hurry. She was already unconscious. He had plenty of time. Wouldn't it be nice to slowly enjoy this kind of time? Lin Xian was about to faint. Damn it, hurry up and do it. He was still waiting to go home and sleep with Ling Ying's wife. After about 10 minutes, Qin Xiaotian finished the rest of the red wine in one gulp. Then, he walked to the bedside and closed the curtains. Then, he walked to the bedside. Lin Xian could hear the footsteps outside. He probably knew that it was time to make a move. Once he made a move, it would be over. Now, Lin Xian was only worried about one thing, and that was Wang Qianqian's safety. Lin Xian knew that Qin Xiaotian was absorbing the ice energy for no reason, because Linya was an example. The reason why those people died was because Qin Xiaotian killed them to silence them. Therefore, before this, Wang Qianqian would be fine. However, Lin Xian would not allow Qin Xiaotian to absorb all of Wang Qianqian's ice energy. He didn't know the situation inside. He only hoped that during the period when the ice energy was being absorbed, Wang Qianqian could resist if she wanted to. If she couldn't, Lin Xian would have to make a move. However, the awkward thing was that he didn't know what was going on inside. He wasn't sure if he would enter early or late. Therefore, Lin Xian could only pray that Wang Qianqian wouldn't be restrained during this period. Qin Xiaotian looked at Wang Qianqian lying on the bed. Qin Xiaotian sneered and muttered to himself, "You look pretty good, but I'm used to seeing women like Han Chuxue. You can't arouse this young master's desire anymore." Then he continued, "Blame it on Lin Xian. If he hadn't gone to act in that musical with Ling Ying, he wouldn't have invited you to be the scene controller. Then, I wouldn't have known about you, and I wouldn't have done anything to you. So after you die, take revenge on Lin Xian." "No," Qin Xiaotian suddenly said. "Lin Xian, you can't find him. This young master will personally kill Lin Xian, and then in front of him, I will fuck all the women who are related to him. Of course, this includes that beautiful sister of his. 3 years ago, I only absorbed his sister's ice body, because that was the first time I did it, so I was still a little flustered. It's a pity that such a peerless beauty, otherwise, no matter what, I would have done it. But it doesn't matter, in these 3 years, she has grown more and more beautiful, and soon I will be able to enjoy her." Qin Xiaotian licked his lips and sneered. Of course, as long as this young master has the strength, not only that Linya, Han Chuxue, Ling Ying, Xiao Runing, but any woman this young master fancies, this young master will make them submit. As for you, you are just a pitiful sacrifice, but you won't lose out. It's your honor to be able to become this young master's strength." Lin Xian, who was outside, was furious. This B** star not only had designs on his little fairy, but he also had designs on Xiao Runing. But Lin Xian couldn't help but smile. What kind of situation was this? His arrogance and his words had caused him to self-destruct. Even without the previous 2 videos, he was already finished. So, Lin Xian, don't look for me. Just obediently become my powerful nourishment. With that, Qin Xiaotian's body exploded with power, causing the room to freeze into ice. Following that, Qin Xiaotian's right hand condensed blue energy. Following that, he placed his hand in front of Wang Qianqian's face and slowly pulled outwards. Wang Qianqian opened her mouth. From her mouth, a cold energy was extracted by Qin Xiaotian and wrapped around Qin Xiaotian's body. Awesome! This cold energy. It's really awesome. Qin Xiaotian let out a wild laugh that made people tremble in fear. At this moment, Wang Qianqian felt terrible. The cold energy in her body was being extracted. She was conscious, but she felt like she was being frozen. This should be enough, right? Wang Qianqian thought. The reason why she hadn't made a move yet was because she wanted to take more videos. The more videos she took, the more convincing it would be. After about 5 seconds, she felt that she couldn't wait any longer. Otherwise, the cold energy in her body would really be gone. Although it wasn't fatal, once her ice attribute was gone, the damage to her body would be too great. Suddenly, Qin Shaotian frowned. No, her strength is mysterious heaven realm. That's right, Qin Shaotian suddenly realized this point. The gap between mysterious heaven realm and mysterious body realm was huge. Moreover, before this, he knew that Wang Chanqian was only around 4-star mysterious body realm. It was impossible for her to reach mysterious heaven realm in such a short time. When he suddenly thought of this, with his cautious personality, he realized that something was wrong. He lowered his head and saw Wang Chanqian opening her eyes. I didn't expect you to be such a person, Wang Chanqian said. You didn't faint? Qin Shaotian was shocked. I fainted, but I woke up. In order not to expose too much, Wang Chanqian didn't say anything. Swish! In the next moment, Wang Chanqian's figure disappeared. Bang! Qin Shaotian smashed the bed with a slap. Where is she? Qin Shaotian's eyes were red. Never in his wildest dreams did he expect such a change to occur. What did it mean for her to run away? It meant that he was exposed. There was one more person in this world who knew his true face. But why did she suddenly disappear? At that moment, Qin Shaotian's mind was in a mess. Whoosh! Qin Shaotian broke out of the window and rushed out. At this moment, Lin Xian took advantage of the moment when he broke the window to teleport into the house and took away Wang Chanqian's phone. Qin Shaotian, you're finished. Lin Xian sneered, then released his power and made a space jump of nearly 1,000 meters. With Lin Xian's current strength, even with such a low space proficiency, he could make a space jump of about 1,000 meters with all his strength. If he maxed out his proficiency, he could reach nearly 10,000 meters. At this moment, Wang Chanqian's figure suddenly appeared in Lin Xian's house. Wang Chanqian took a deep breath. This was the limit of what she could do. She believed that Lin Xian should be able to take the phone away. It wasn't that she didn't want to take it, but she didn't want to expose that she was filming. Moreover, she was frozen just now. It would take time for her to break free. If Qin Shaotian was more decisive, she would die. Therefore, she chose to use the heavenly void pearl that Lin Xian gave her. That was the safest way. The three girls' gazes fell on Wang Chanqian. Wang Chanqian also saw them. Linglong Shui recognized her. After all, they had been to Deep Freeze Valley together. Chapter 424. Wang Chanqian got up from the ground. She didn't know how she was teleported here. Lin Xian didn't tell her where she was teleported to. Anyway, Lin Xian said that she would be teleported to a safe place. Who knew that she would see 3 people when she landed? Linglong Shui was wearing a veil, so Wang Chanqian couldn't recognize her. Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue were the same. When they met everyone, it was Bing Lingyue who gave her a veil, so Wang Chanqian couldn't recognize her. However, the two of them recognized Wang Chanqian. Linglong Shui immediately knew that Wang Chanqian was here because of the heavenly void jewel. Her first reaction was curiosity. She knew that Lin Xian asked her for the heavenly void jewel to save the lives of the people around him. But he used it now? Did that mean that Lin Xian was also in some kind of danger? Linglong Shui thought a lot. She was actually faintly worried. How should she put it? In her eyes, the profound heaven realm was far, far too weak. No matter where they went, they wouldn't have the ability to protect themselves. And with Lin Xian's troublemaking personality, it was very likely that he had a lot of enemies. Otherwise, he wouldn't have asked her for something that could save his life. Your aura is chaotic. Linglong Shui didn't need to think to know that the woman in front of her was Lin Xian's friend. She raised her hand slightly and a surge of energy entered Wang Chanqian's body. Her aura instantly stabilized. Wang Chanqian was shocked. How strong was this fairy-like woman? Qin Shaotian had forcibly absorbed some of the cold energy in her body. It wasn't fatal, but it would cause some damage to her. It would take some time for her to recover. However, the woman in front of her who looked like she was in her 20s completely healed her. She was Lin Xian's friend? The 3 beautiful women here were all Lin Xian's friends? If they weren't, why would Lin Xian's heavenly void jewel bring her here? Thank you. Wang Qianqian cupped her fists slightly. Lin Xian is in danger now? Linglong Shui asked. Ah. Wang Qianqian was sure that they were Lin Xian's friends. I don't know. I was doing something with Lin Xian. I came back first. He should be fine. Wang Qianqian said. Yes, you're fine now. Linglong Shui nodded slightly. Thank you. I'll take my leave then. Then, Wang Qianqian walked away, and they did not ask her to stay. Elder sister, what relationship does she have with you? Why are you helping her? Also, if Lin Xian is in danger, then so be it. Who cares about him? On the sofa, Ling Longyue said casually while eating ice cream. Don't worry about it. Linglong Shui said. Ling Longyue snorted and turned her anger into appetite as she crazily devoured the ice cream. Do you want to go and have a look? Bing Lingyue looked at Linglong Shui. Linglong Shui shook her head. I don't think so. Let's rest. At this moment, Lin Xian was on his way home. He did not know the direction that Qin Shaotian was chasing in. Anyway, it was close to 1,000 meters of space jump. Lin Xian was basically far away from that place. Qin Shaotian would not be able to catch up to him no matter what. Lin Xian took out his phone and called Wang Qianqian. Are you okay? Lin Xian asked. Wang Qianqian said, Don't worry. I'm on my way back now. What about you? I got it. He absorbed your cold energy. Are you all right? I'm fine. Also, I met a few of your friends at the place where I used the heavenly void orb. They helped me heal. Actually, Wang Qianqian wanted to ask who they were. But after thinking about it, she decided against it. Lin Xian was touched. Linglong Shui and the others were still giving him face. Oh right, that Qin Shaotian doesn't know where you live, right? Lin Xian asked. I don't know. Why? Wang Qianqian asked. Lin Xian said, You saw through his mask. Although he doesn't know that he has been filmed, you will be in danger for the time being. So, Sister Qianqian, can you find a safe place for the next few days? If you really can't, you can go back to your previous home. I'll let them know. You can follow them for the next few days. I know that, but there's no need. I'll be sleeping in the Wind Mercenary Group for the next few days. I can accompany Little Meow. Wind Mercenary Group? Is it safe? Lin Xian frowned and asked. If it's not safe, Little Meow might be in danger too. With Qin Shaotian's ability, even if he doesn't know you, it shouldn't be difficult for him to find you. Lin Xian said. Don't worry. Do you think our Wind Mercenary Group is just an ordinary coffee shop? Do you think the Bounty Hunter Guild building is a place where people can do whatever they want? During this period, I only need to rest in the Bounty Hunter Guild. As for going out to play, it won't be a problem as long as I'm in a crowded place. Don't worry about that. Lin Xian nodded. Just be careful. As for him, I'll deal with him after the Qianwu conference ends. There are still a few days left. Understood. By the way, I suffered a lot and was taken advantage of quite a bit. Wang Qianqian said with a smile. Lin Xian smiled. Don't worry. I'll go to your place tomorrow. I'll definitely pay you what I owe you. Ha ha ha, I'm just kidding. Just treat me to a meal. Wang Qianqian said with a smile. That won't do. I'll feel bad if I treat you to a meal. All right, then I'll wait. I'll go back first. The two hung up the phone. Lin Xian's eyes flashed with a sharp light. Qin Shaotian, you should be panicking right now. You should be so panicked that you want to cry. Unfortunately, if I didn't want to be safe, I would have laughed in front of you. Qin Shaotian was really panicking. He looked around aimlessly and in the end, he couldn't find Wang Qianqian. He tried to call her, but her phone was all turned off. Bang! Qin Shaotian angrily smashed down a tree. His eyes flashed with killing intent. No. He needed to calm down. Even if something like this happened, he needed to calm down first. Qin Shaotian took a deep breath. He was carefully recalling everything that had happened. He was thinking, was Wang Chanxian a conspiracy against him, or was everything just a coincidence? A conspiracy? A premeditated plan? Qin Shaotian felt that it was impossible. How could she know what he had done in the past? How could she know? However, if she had a relationship with Lin Xian, then it was possible. Lin Xian and she knew each other. She should have fainted, but she didn't. Qin Shaotian couldn't be sure if she woke up after fainting, but it was a fact that she saw him. Qin Shaotian thought that there were two possibilities. First, it was a conspiracy between her and Lin Xian. That was possible. Second, it was really just a coincidence. That was also possible. It's not a big deal even if she found out. One person's testimony is useless. Even if Lin Xian is added, it's useless unless they have evidence. Qin Shaotian muttered. Wait, do they have evidence? Chapter 425. Qin Shaotian didn't know any of this. However, he was used to thinking of the worst. This wasn't a bad habit. If Wang Chanxian and Lin Xian were working together, then they might have evidence. Qin Shaotian secretly clenched his fists. He had to think so. Therefore, he had to do this. Then, he took out his phone. Help me investigate a person called Wang Chanxian. Give me the results. Also, spend tens of millions to hire a few Thunder Calamity Stage powerhouses to go to Lin Xian's house. Even if they can't catch Lin Xian, they must catch his sister. This was the worst news. The worst news was that Wang Chanxian and Lin Xian were in cahoots. Moreover, they already had evidence of him. Logically speaking, he had completely lost. However, before that, he still had a chance to turn the tables. The first was to kill Wang Chanxian. The second was to kill Lin Xian directly. Even if he couldn't kill Lin Xian, as long as he could control Linya, with the importance that Lin Xian attached to Linya, he could definitely threaten Lin Xian. Previously, Qin Shaotian had been hesitant to kill Lin Xian because he was worried that something would go wrong. Now, he couldn't wait any longer. Even if there was danger, he had to take action. Of course, there was good news. Wang Chanxian and Lin Xian weren't working together. She had really been seduced by him. It was just that when he was absorbing her cold energy, she woke up because of her body. Coincidentally, she had a spatial spiritual device that escaped. It was also possible. Moreover, how could she have evidence? To put it simply, she had to film the scene of him taking action. However, she left immediately. She didn't take any filming equipment with her. Qin Shaotian suddenly thought of this. He had to hurry back and thoroughly investigate the entire room. He only hoped that the worst possibility was false. Little did he know that Lin Xian had already entered his room and taken away his phone. At this moment, Lin Xian turned on his phone and watched the video. It couldn't be clearer. Qin Shaotian returned to his room. He searched the room thoroughly and didn't find anything unusual. In fact, he was relieved. Then he received Wang Chanxian's information. Bounty Hunter Guild? Qin Shaotian frowned. The information did not show the relationship between Lin Xian and Wang Chanxian. Why? This was because although Lin Xian had joined the Gale mercenary group, he had not registered. The money he earned was shared with the mercenary group. In fact, Lin Xian was more like a helper of the Wind mercenary group than a registered member. This was because Lin Xian had said that he would not join any forces. If she stays in the Bounty Hunter Guild all the time, it will be difficult to make a move. However, if there is no evidence, it won't matter if it's just her words. It won't matter even if I tell Lin Xian. Qin Shaotian muttered. But no matter what, he had to get rid of Lin Xian tonight, or take Linya away. Only then would it be the safest. When Lin Xian returned home, Ling Ying and Linya were already asleep. He simply returned to his room. F***ck. He was in such a good mood that he wished he could go out and dance right now. Only by dancing and having fun would he be able to fit his current mood. It was a pity that there was no one to accompany him in the middle of the night. Lin Xian was so happy that he couldn't fall asleep. Late at night, in Lin Xian's house, which was where Ling Long Shui and the others were staying, the three girls were still awake. They had already showered and were sitting on the sofa in their pajamas, playing Fight the Landlord. This was what Lin Xian had taught them. They had nothing to do, so they would watch TV and play Fight the Landlord. As for their bet, it was probably the biggest bet in the world. There were all kinds of rare crystals, elixirs, and even divine fruits. In the human world, any one of them would be worth millions or even tens of millions. At this moment, Ling Long Shui frowned slightly and her beautiful eyes shone. Then, it was Bing Lingyue, followed by Ling Longyue. They really don't know what's good for them. How dare they spy on us? Ling Longyue's pretty face was filled with anger as she stood up. No hurry. Ling Long Shui said softly. Bing Lingyue said, they are probably here for Lin Xian. Who were they? How could anyone be here for them? This was Lin Xian's house. Naturally, they were here for Lin Xian. However, they didn't know that the person living here was no longer Lin Xian. Then I will tell them where Lin Xian is staying. Ling Longyue said. Ling Long Shui. Bing Lingyue. Because Lin Xian peeked at Ling Long Shui the last time, Ling Longyue had a lot of complaints about him. How should she put it? He didn't even peek at her sister, which made her angry. Ling Long Shui then said, wait for them. Then, the three of them continued to play cards. At this moment, there were a few figures stealthily moving in the dark outside. It was obvious that they were experts. They went directly to the window on the second floor and quietly observed the three girls in the living room. They were slightly surprised. Didn't they say that Lin Xian and his sister were living here? Why were there three girls? Could it be that two of them were their friends? Then, they threw something unknown into the room through the window. It exploded in the room and created a fog. Then, 5 figures rushed in and fired a rocket launcher at the location where they were just standing. Then, a net was released. Hey! A voice suddenly came from behind them, and the pupils of the few people suddenly shrank. They were all experts in the lightning calamity stage. However, for people who didn't have a high cultivation level, it was best for them not to use their powers. Because they were ordered to capture people, not kill people. But why didn't they notice that someone suddenly appeared behind them? They suddenly turned around and saw 2 tall beauties leaning on the balcony with their arms crossed looking at them. Then, a small figure suddenly appeared in front of them. Bang bang bang. Ling Longyue's figure was like a ghost. It was as if she had punched the 5 of them in the face in an instant. The 5 of them were stunned. TSK, Lightning Calamity Stage. Ling Longyue clapped her hands and then walked to the balcony. Sister, should we kill them? Ling Longyue asked. Ling Long Shui glanced and then said, ask them where they came from first. Okay. Then, Ling Longyue walked in. She waved her hand and created a few ropes to tie up the unconscious people. Then, she walked over. Slap slap slap. The sound of the slaps made people feel a chill down their spine. This Ling Longyue was a slightly violent girl. These few slaps woke them up. The moment they woke up, they released their powers to try and break free from the ropes. But they realized that their lightning calamity stage strength was actually unable to break free from the ropes. Who are you guys? All of them looked at Ling Longyue in horror. Chapter 426. Slap. Ling Longyue sent the person who spoke flying with a slap. Following that person's figure could no longer descend from the air. Ling Longyue then began to wildly punch at the speed of 10 punches per second. That person was beaten until he was completely stunned. The other 4 people below were trembling with fear as they watched this scene. You came here without knowing who we are? Are you looking for a beating? Ling Long Shui said to the person who was lying on the ground on his last breath. The other 4 people felt a chill down their spine. What kind of demon is this? Didn't they say that Lin Xian and her sister were staying here? How could this little lowly be so strong that they could not even resist? A man secretly released a bolt of lightning towards Ling Longyue's back. In the next moment, Ling Longyue turned around and caught the bolt of lightning with her fingers. She was even playing with it. Gulp, they swallowed a mouthful of saliva. What the hell? Whoosh. Ling Longyue then flicked her finger and the bolt of lightning hit that person, knocking him out. The other 3 people who were still thinking of attacking no longer had the mood to do so. You still want to sneak attack? Are you looking for a beating? Sister, we were wrong. Please treat us like a fart and let us go. One of them knelt down. They were in the lightning retribution realm and were strong. However, the lightning released by the lightning retribution realm was being played with by the girl in front of them. What was the meaning of this? Even the law retribution realm could not do that, right? What kind of demon is this? Are you fit to be my fart? Ling Longyue glared at him. Sorry. No. Ling Longyue said, little fairy does not know how to fart. You Ling Longshui, who was on the balcony, said. Ling Longyue understood what Ling Longshui meant. She wanted her to stop playing. Tell me, who sent you here? Who are you looking for? Ling Longyue sat on the chair with her legs crossed and swayed back and forth. We don't know. And when Ling Longyue heard his words, she snapped her fingers and his entire body flew up. Under everyone's gaze, he was directly compressed into a meat patty by the space. Then, the space sent his corpse to an unknown place and he disappeared from this place. Gulp. Everyone who saw this scene sweated profusely. Plop. Then they quickly knelt down. Big sister, we really don't know who sent us here. Then why are you here? Ling Longyue stretched out her hand and an apple flew into her hand before she took a bite out of it. To assassinate Lin Xian. You can go now. Ling Longyue said. Ling Longshui. Cough. Ling Longshui coughed dryly, and Ling Longyue quickly corrected herself. There's more. And bring Linzes. On Longyue's whose S was stunned. So Lin Xian's enemy's target was not only Lin Xian but also his sister, Linya. For Ling Longshui, although she had only met Linya once, she liked Linya very much. Linya had an aura that made people feel very close to her. Even if you didn't know her at all, you would feel at ease just by chatting with her for a while. You wouldn't have to worry about her having any thoughts about you. Linya was the only person who gave Ling Longshui such a feeling. Therefore, Ling Longshui really liked Linya. How should she put it? When she heard that someone was targeting Lin Xian, she felt something. But when she heard that someone was targeting Linya, she was furious. What else? Ling Longyue asked. No more. Really no more. That's the mission we received. Then you can go to hell. Wait. Ling Longshui stopped Ling Longyue and walked over. You said mission? Could it be that you're from some organization? They tried to avoid eye contact but they really wanted to live. We're from the Evil Fiend Shrine. He said because he knew that if he hid anything, he would definitely die. If he didn't, he might have a chance to live. Evil Fiend Shrine? Ling Longshui thought for a moment and turned around. Ling Longshui understood what Ling Longshui meant. She meant that she, Ling Longshui, would deal with them. Then, Ling Longshui untied them. Clean up this house for me. Yes. Then, the 3 of them who could still move helped to clean up the messy living room. How pitiful. A few Tribulation Realm cultivators who came to assassinate people were actually reduced to cleaning up. Wah. Done. The 3 of them stood there trembling in fear. Then you can die now. After saying that, Ling Longyue waved her hand and the 3 of them disappeared. Sister, I think we should just let them harm that Lin Xian. He's not a good person either. Ling Longyue walked over and mumbled. Ling Longshui did not answer Ling Longyue's question. Instead, she said, Do you know about the Evil Fiend Shrine? Ling Longyue nodded. I know. Isn't it just an evil organization of the humans? What does it have to do with us? From what I know, the Evil Fiend Shrine is indeed a human organization. However, It seems that the demons are involved. So what? It's not like they're a threat to us. Ling Long Yu said while eating an apple. You're too one-sided. Bing Lingyue ruffled Ling Long Yu's hair. Ling Long Yu hated it when people ruffled her hair. However, only Ling Long Shui and Ling Long Shui would do that. The main thing was that Ling Long Shui did not know how to ruffle her hair. Ling Long Shui pondered for a moment. She was not too sure about this organization. However, she knew that it was quite powerful. After all, it was impossible for them to become the #1 villain in the human society. However, Lin Xian and Lin Ye were targeted by this organization. There were a few Thunder Tribulation Realm martial artists who came tonight. In her eyes, Thunder Tribulation Realm martial artists were nothing. However, what if it was Lin Xian and Lin Ye? Not to mention so many of them, even one of them would not be able to resist. Moreover, there were so many of them. This meant that they were completely targeted. They would not give up until they caught them. No wonder Lin Xian wanted something to save his life. You heir, do you still have any Heaven's Wrath needles? Ling Long Shui asked. She did not have anything that Lin Xian could use for the time being. There were some things that he could not use with his strength. I still have 2 more. Why? Ling Long Yu took them out. Ling Long Shui took them and said, for Lin Xian to save his life. Ling Long Yu was speechless. Oh my God. Don't tell me this sister of mine really likes that scum. No. I'm not giving it to you. Ling Long Yu wanted to snatch them back, but Ling Long Shui had already kept them. I don't mean anything else. He helped me improve my space element to the great success stage, and you know what that means. The heavenly void orb alone can't compare to his kindness. Mother said that we void foxes should repay the kindness of a drop of water with a gushing spring, let alone such a great kindness. Have you forgotten? Chapter 427. Ling Long Yu pouted and mumbled, of course I didn't forget, but that's because he helped you. I don't need to be grateful to him. This sentence seemed to make sense. Although Ling Long Shui wanted to retort, she felt that it wasn't appropriate for her to do so. After a few seconds, Ling Long Shui said, being grateful to me is equivalent to being grateful to you. Mother said that you and I are one entity. Alright. Ling Long Yu was most worried about Ling Long Shui's reasoning. Every time she did, she would have a headache. She couldn't understand it at all, but she still understood. Ling Long Shui continued, furthermore, your space is just 1 step away from mastery. You need his help. No way. You're enough. Why would I need a space mastery? Ling Long Yu mumbled. Although she really wanted it, she was still at Sundara. Even though she had such thoughts, she was still stubborn. You need to make yourself stronger. A space mastery and just 1 step away is like heaven and earth. Furthermore, what we understand is space and the void. In the future, when you advance to the great virtual realm or even the heavenly Tao realm, this is crucial. With you around, it's enough. Ling Long Yu said again. What if one day I'm not around? Ling Long Shui looked at Ling Long Yu. How is that possible? Why is it impossible? Ling Long Yu didn't know what to say. You're always like this, always worrying for nothing. You're just 1 step away from the heavenly Tao realm. What are you worried about? Ling Long Shui shook her head slightly and looked out the window. There were too many things in this world that needed to be worried about. Just 1 step away from the heavenly Tao realm was ultimately not the heavenly Tao realm. The great virtual realm was powerful, but what was a heavenly Tao realm expert? She didn't have any enemies, but who could predict the future? What if she provoked a great virtual realm expert? What if an accident happened? To Ling Long Shui, she really didn't have any ties to herself. The only thing she had was her younger sister. It was true that Ling Long Shui had some strength, but she was too naive and too easily deceived. Moreover, she was too one-sided and too casual in her actions. Under such circumstances, it was easier to make enemies. She was also worried that she would be used by bad people and cause a disaster. If there really came a day when she couldn't be by her side and protect her, Linglong Shui was truly worried. Perhaps the only person in the world who understood her was Bing Lingyue. Linglong Yu saw Linglong Shui's expression. She could understand a little, but she didn't feel good either. All right, then I won't target him in the future. Linglong Yue gave in. The most important thing for you is to become stronger. When you become strong, your sister won't have to worry about you anymore. Bing Lingyue looked at her and said softly, I don't have anything to worry about. Linglong Yue muttered. Then she looked at Linglong Shui's back and said, All right, then see if you can ask Lin Xian to help me improve my space attribute. I'll take it as I owe him a favor. Linglong Shui turned around and looked at her. Go find him yourself. All right, I'll find him. But what if he refuses? Linglong Yue asked. Linglong Shui said, This kind of treasure that can improve my space attribute is rare. It's already heaven-defying for him to have one. However, I can't be sure if he has a second one. If he doesn't have one, then forget it. If he does, then if there's a chance to give it to you, then fight for it. To you, improving your strength is the most important thing. If he needs something, as long as he agrees, then give it to him. I know. Linglong Yue nodded. I'm going to play games. Then she ran off. Actually, she cares a lot about you. Bing Lingyue said to Linglong Shui. It's useless. She still needs to improve herself. Lin Xian might be the only one who has the ability to improve her. I'll go talk to Sister Lin Xian. Let's go visit them tomorrow and give him the Heaven's Wrath Needle. All right. Bing Lingyue liked Linya and wanted to see Lin Xian. Of course, she would be happy to do so. At this moment, Qin Xiaotian was having a hard time. He had just received news that he had lost contact with the Lightning Retribution Realm cultivators he sent. For cultivators of this level, he knew what losing contact meant. How is this possible? Lin Xian had just reached the mysterious heaven realm. His sister has almost no cultivation level. Why did we lose contact with the Lightning Retribution Realm cultivators we sent? Why? Could it be that there's a cultivator in his family? Qin Xiaotian kept pacing back and forth uneasily. He suddenly remembered that Lin Xian had never been afraid of him and even wanted him to take action. At that time, Qin Xiaotian was worried that Lin Xian had some conspiracy, so he didn't dare to take action. Now, the Lightning Retribution Realm cultivators he sent were all dead. So, he was basically sure of his guess. That's not right. If he has the ability to kill a few Lightning Retribution Realm cultivators, why didn't he take action against me? Qin Xiaotian couldn't understand. Logically speaking, he was an enemy of Lin Xian. He even had the ability to kill Lightning Retribution Realm cultivators. Why didn't he kill him? Unless he only has the ability to protect himself and he can't take the initiative to use it. Then it shouldn't be a person. It should be some kind of spiritual weapon or some kind of formation in his family. If that's the case, it should be useless to trigger it once. Then, Qin Xiaotian dialed the number again. The death of a few Lightning Retribution Realm cultivators was a blow to the Evil Fiend Temple. Qin Xiaotian estimated that he would have to pay a lot of compensation. But for him, nothing was more important than tonight's plan. Therefore, there was an even more tragic scene. He sent a few more experts, but they were all gone. This caused Qin Xiaotian to break down. He really couldn't sleep. In his mind, he even had the idea of leaving Tianhua City overnight and going to other cities. However, he resisted the urge. First, Lin Xian didn't come to kill him, but he was able to kill the experts who went to Lin Xian's house twice. In his opinion, it would be dangerous only if he went to Lin Xian's house. Even Lin Xian himself couldn't do anything to him. Second, what if Wang Chanqian was just a coincidence? If it was just her, what if there was no evidence? Without evidence, there was no way to convict him. He just had to find an opportunity to get rid of Wang Chanqian. He would still be fine. At most, he would be caught in a little bit of a storm. Third, the Tianwu conference was too important to him. He wanted to enter the God's awakening door too much. He wanted to increase his strength too much. So he took a gamble. A gamble. At most, he would be more vigilant. If he didn't appear for a few days and waited until the Qianwu conference to participate in the martial arts competition, what if there was danger? He still needed a spatial spiritual weapon to escape. Money he had plenty. To him, money was useless. With strength, he could have anything. Lin Xian, don't force me. Chapter 428. Lin Xian didn't know what was going on here. Although he was excited, time slowly passed and he fell asleep. In his dream, he dreamed that he had reached the peak and brought a group of girls back to Earth to live a happy life. When he woke up in the morning, he was drooling. I really hope that the dream is real. Lin Xian stretched and sighed. But wasn't he working hard for this goal? For now, he needed to ensure everyone's safety. In other words, there was Qin Shaotian and Zhao Mengyue in the dark. These two dangers had to be solved. After they were solved, there shouldn't be too much of a crisis for now. Walking out of the room, Ling Ying and Linya were chatting and laughing in the kitchen, making breakfast. Linya was definitely going to the company today. But even if she didn't go to the company, as long as she was healthy, she usually woke up very early. Linya's presence was good news for Ling Ying. She didn't need to sleep in anymore. She couldn't let Linya think that she was a lazy girl. Little Ling Ying, help me fry 5 poached eggs, thank you. Lin Xian leaned against the kitchen door and said proudly, 5? Are you a pig? Ling Ying couldn't help but roll his eyes at Lin Xian. Wow. 5. What's the big deal? Don't tell me you don't want to spend the money for 5 eggs? I've seen through you. Aha. Yes. Linya turned her head and said softly, eating too much fried food is bad for the body. But I'm still growing. Ling Ying secretly touched his forehead. Big brother, I beg you to be less shameless. You're already 21. Are you still growing? Why? Can't I grow later? Lin Xian rolled his eyes at Ling Ying. She really wanted to say that if she could still grow, she wouldn't be able to stand it. She couldn't even stand it now. If she continued to grow, would she break the sky? Go wash up. I'll fry it for you and put it on top of the noodles. Linya said. All right, I love you, little fairy. Then, Lin Xian happily went to wash up. Before he left, he didn't forget to glare at Ling Ying. Ling Ying glared back at him without any fear, and then helped Linya make noodles. Now, their breakfast was basically noodles. There were all kinds of noodles, but they still mainly ate seafood noodles because they both liked to eat them. Ling Ying's appetite was getting closer and closer to Lin Xian's. Little Ling, what do you think of little Xian? Linya suddenly asked when they were cooking. Ah! Ling Ying was stunned by Linya's question. He stopped eating the lollipop in his mouth. It's okay. Ling Ying didn't know what to say. Of course, she knew what Linya wanted to say, but she never thought about how she should answer if Linya suddenly asked her one day. Should she directly tell Linya about her relationship with Lin Xian? In fact, Ling Ying also wanted to declare her sovereignty. At least in Linya's heart, she was Lin Xian's real girlfriend. Even if Lin Xian was flirting with other girls outside, she would still be the first in Linya's heart. However, she didn't think it would work because Han Chushue's matter hadn't been resolved yet. Han Chushue had also come to the house and knew Linya. Maybe when the time came, Han Chushue would find out about her relationship with Lin Xian from Linya. That wouldn't work. Now that Han Chushue seemed to have recovered and was working hard to improve her strength, Ling Ying knew that it was mostly because of Lin Xian. Once she found out, she would probably be discouraged again. So, Ling Ying weighed the pros and cons and didn't plan to tell Linya. Linya asked while making noodles, "How big is the gap between him and your ideal boyfriend?" In fact, Linya was also very conflicted. On one hand, she couldn't bear to part with Lin Xian. Moreover, she and Lin Xian were so ambiguous. On the other hand, she felt that Lin Xian was already 21 years old, but he was still so indecent. After a while, he would be 22, and he wouldn't even have a girlfriend. In the future, he would have to get married and have children. Moreover, after all, she always had a grudge in her heart because they were siblings. Although they weren't blood-related, to be honest, this grudge was really difficult for her to overcome at the moment. Being ambiguous with Lin Xian was already her limit. Every time she did it, it was indeed very blissful, but after that, she regretted it. Although Lin Xian had told her many times, this kind of grudge was really difficult for a very traditional girl to accept. Perhaps the most she could do was to have sex with Lin Xian, but in the end, she couldn't accept the grudge of marrying Lin Xian and having children. At least, she couldn't accept it now. Of course, if Lin Xian really couldn't find a girlfriend, then it would be different. But that was also impossible. Linya recently saw so many beautiful and outstanding girls around Lin Xian. Really, she didn't know there were so many before. Suddenly, she realized that maybe the most beautiful girls in the world were around Lin Xian. There were all kinds of types, big and small. She was also in a dilemma. Who was more suitable for Lin Xian? Of course, every girl that Linya saw was very good, but Ling Ying lived with them every day, so Linya naturally liked her more. When Ling Ying heard Linya's words, her mind was in a whirlwind. She was thinking of an answer that didn't count as a yes or a hurtful answer. Of course, she wanted to say that it was quite suitable, and then Linya would probably go with the flow and say it. But she couldn't say that. Actually, it's not that bad, but I value things like fate and feelings more. Maybe I still need a little bit of electricity, so I'm not in a hurry. Linya nodded slightly. That's true. Apart from some of us girls who value material things more, who doesn't want to be with the boy they like? Then, does Sister Linya have a boy that you like? Sister Linya is so beautiful, so you must have countless pursuers. Ling Ying asked with a smile as she helped. Linya was stunned for a moment. Other than Lin Xian, she really didn't have a boy. She didn't even have a little bit of electricity. Those super handsome superstars and the like, she had no feelings at all. It was probably because Lin Xian had always been in her heart, or maybe she had never deliberately thought about dating, so no matter how handsome and outstanding a boy was, she wouldn't even take a second look. She didn't have a trace of curiosity. If a girl didn't have curiosity about a boy, then it was impossible for her to have any thoughts. Yes, it's me. It was unknown when Lin Xian had come over, but he still spoke sweetly. Hey, don't you know that it's not good to eavesdrop on girls? Ling Ying rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Is this considered eavesdropping? But how long has it been since I left and you're already talking about this? Little Ling Ying, let me tell you, little fairy is mine. You're not allowed to say anything. In Ling Ying's opinion, Lin Xian was more of a joke, but Linya knew that Lin Xian was serious, especially in front of Ling Ying, so she couldn't help but blush. Chapter 429. Linya blushed and quickly turned around. She pretended to focus on making noodles. Hey, is it really okay for you to do this? Ling Ying said in a displeased manner. What's wrong with that? I'd rather marry my little fairy than marry you. Lin Xian laughed and ran off after he finished speaking. Bastard! Ling Ying gritted her teeth. She was very unhappy with Lin Xian's words. However, the more he said it, the less suspicious she would be. He's just like that. Don't think too much about it. Linya explained for Lin Xian. I know. But maybe he really has designs on you, Big Sister Linya. After all, Big Sister Linya and Lin Xian are not biological siblings. Moreover, Big Sister Linya is so beautiful and he's such a B***tch. Maybe he has designs on you. Linya only chuckled and did not continue the topic. After dinner, Linya went to the office. Only Lin Xian and Ling Ying were left at home. What's with that look? Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian timidly and noticed his wolf-like gaze. Little Ling Ying, you've been very arrogant recently. Lin Xian grinned. Ling Ying's heart skipped a beat. I'm warning you, don't do anything stupid. Ha ha ha, little fairy has gone to work now. You've been teasing me for the past few days. I have to set the rules and punish you properly. I'll teach you a lesson. Then, Lin Xian pounced on her. After an unknown amount of time, Lin Xian was satisfied. He hugged Ling Ying and laid there for half an hour. Then, he got up and went to take a shower. Ling Ying turned around. She did not want to move anymore. I'm going to the Sky Martial Court. I'm going to find Miss Xiao to find out more about this year's Sky Martial Assembly. Ling Ying suddenly sat up, and then the quilt slipped. She couldn't help but scream and quickly pulled the quilt up. I'll go with you. Give me half an hour. I'm going to take a bath. I have something to do in the Sky Martial Court. Then, Ling Ying ran into the bathroom, wrapped in the sheets. Lin Xian couldn't help but laugh. This girl was still shy. It wasn't like he hadn't seen it before. She was still covering it up. About half an hour later, Ling Ying got dressed and walked out of the bedroom. Lin Xian was sitting on the sofa, playing with his phone. Then, he looked up. TSK, TSK, TSK. My little Ling Ying is really beautiful. Ling Ying was wearing a black jacket with a pure white turtleneck sweater inside. The sleeves were long and almost covered her hands. However, it was precisely this kind of wide sweater that made her look especially cute. Lin Xian especially liked girls wearing such loose clothes. Moreover, Ling Ying's figure was top-notch and her legs were beautiful. Especially when she was wearing tight pants. TSK, TSK, TSK. He couldn't stand it. When he thought about Ling Ying's appearance just now, he didn't want to go to the Sky Martial Court anymore. So, who didn't have tender feelings for the fairer sex? It's really strange that a man like you can find a girlfriend. Even if you do, I'm the only one who can stand you, Ling Ying said angrily. How am I not tender feelings for the fairer sex? Lin Xian chuckled and planted a kiss on Ling Ying's perfect little face that had no makeup on. Go away. Ling Ying rolled her eyes at Lin Xian in disdain. Then she said, Then tell me, why are you tender feelings for the fairer sex? According to research, it's normal to have sex for 10 to 20 minutes. You do it for 1 to 2 hours each time. What are you doing? Are you trying to kill someone? Ling Ying said in an aggrieved tone. Aren't I serving you? Lin Xian said with a smile. What do you mean by serving me? Ling Ying pouted angrily. Think about it. If you're not satisfied after 10 to 20 minutes, that won't do. I have to satisfy you, right? How do I know if you're satisfied? It depends on when you beg for mercy. I'll only end when you beg for mercy. Tell me, I'm already so considerate. Isn't it warm enough? Warm my asterisks. Lin Xian. F asterisk CK. How can you scold me? Yes, I'm scolding you. Ling Ying said unhappily. TCH. Women. Even if it's an hour or two, I don't see you telling me to stop. You even want to change positions. You're still talking. Ling Ying rushed up and covered Lin Xian's mouth. Her face was flushed red, and she looked extremely adorable. That was the truth. That was why her little face was red. Lin Xian took her hand away and said with a smile, Here's the problem. I'll give you a choice. 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Which will you choose? Ling Ying was in a dilemma. She would definitely choose the current position. 5 or 10 minutes was really not enough for her. Go, go, go. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Let's go. I heard that the rules of this year's Qianwu conference have changed. The rules should be out today. I have to ask Miss Xiao about the rules of this year's Qianwu conference. What were the rules before? The Qianwu conference was the day after tomorrow. Of course, they cared about it. As for Qin Xiaotian, Lin Xian also paid attention to it. Lin Xian and Ling Ying chatted as they walked out. It's just a normal competition. A 1v1 promotion system. I guess so. Even if it's changed, it won't change much. After all, only this kind of 1v1 competition can show the strength of each other. Ling Ying nodded. Although that's true, it's said that the changes this time are quite big. It seems that it will test the strength of each martial artist. If it's more comprehensive in other aspects, it might not necessarily be good news for higher-level warriors. The Qianwu Conference was jointly organized by the three major powers. The top 10 winners would enter the God's Awakening door. But before that, they would also receive a lot of rewards from the Bounty Hunter Guild and the Trial Union. Although it was all for the God's Awakening door, the rewards from the other two major powers were also considerable. The three major powers were established with the same goal in mind. It was to protect the peace of human society, to save human society, and to resist the monstrous beasts. And they suddenly realized that what martial artists needed was not just strength. Or rather, it was not as simple as a 1v1 battle between martial artists. So, they changed the rules. After taking a taxi, they arrived at the Tianhua Academy in 10 minutes. Lin Xian and Ling Ying appeared at the Tianhua Academy together. That attracted the attention of many people. Lin Xian and Ling Ying had a good relationship. Of course, they knew that. But for them to come to the academy together, it made people think deeply. Damn! Look at the two of them. They can't be dating, right? That's impossible. Although Lin Xian is not bad and seems to be quite powerful recently, I feel that compared to Ling Ying, he's still not good enough for her. What else could it be? The two of them came to the academy together. I feel like they're living together. In a short period of time, rumors spread. But the two of them were the kind of people who did not care about rumors. Of course, if it was the kind of rumors that insulted them, it would be different. But this kind of rumors did not matter at all. Chapter 430. The two of them arrived at the Sky Martial Court. Lu Yufan and Yi Yi had been working hard recently. If they had nothing to do, they would stay at the Sky Martial Court to learn all kinds of combat skills and knowledge. They were here today as well. The two girls were currently sparring with Xiao Runing on the field. They were there for nothing else but Xiao Runing to help them train. Martial artists needed experience. The two of them could not keep sparring with each other. They needed to spar with more martial artists. Xiao Runing was one of them. She would help them improve. Of course, if she was free, she would also help others because she was a teacher. Han Chuxue. Lin Xian and Ling Ying walked over and saw that not far away, there was a beautiful figure wearing a white coat standing next to a tree with her arms crossed. Her eyes were in the crowd, and they guessed that she was watching Yi Yi and the others from afar. However, they were not familiar with her, so they guessed that she was waiting for Xiao Runing to finish her work. Many people around her had their eyes on her. Everyone must have known about the incident where Han Chuxue threw herself into Lin Xian's arms and cried, but they still hadn't received an explanation, so all the rumors were just speculation. However, Han Chuxue's beauty was undeniable. She was so beautiful that no one dared to get close to her. Therefore, those people secretly took photos of her from afar and set the photos as their phone wallpaper. Suddenly, they realized that beautiful people could do whatever they wanted. Even a photo taken from any angle would be beautiful. There were no blind spots at all. This is strange. This woman is actually standing in front of the public. Tisk, Ling Ying said with a smile when he saw Han Chuxue. She's probably waiting for Miss Xiao. After all, she should be looking in the direction of Miss Xiao and the others. Lin Xian said. That's possible. Why? Aren't you going to flirt with her? I won't disturb you. Ling Ying said with a smile. That's a good idea. Thank you for the reminder. Then, Lin Xian walked over with a swagger. Ling Ying. Hey, did she say that on purpose? Lin Xian really went? F***CK. Ding. You can feel Ling Ying's displeasure. Scumbag value plus 10,000. Bastard. Are you doing this on purpose or just straight? Ling Ying stomped her foot angrily. Then, her gaze landed on a male student who was staring at her like a fool. When the student saw Ling Ying looking over, he quickly turned his gaze away. Ling Ying then walked over and asked, Student, is this chair stable? Ling Ying asked with a smile. Ah. Steady, very steady. Really? I don't know if it'll be stable if I sit there. After all, I've put on some weight recently. When the boy heard Ling Ying's words, he immediately understood what she meant and quickly stood up. Senior sister Ling Ying, please sit. Thanks. Then, Ling Ying sat there with her legs crossed and looked in front of her. Do me a favor. Here's 800 yuan. Help me go to Lin Xian and Han Chushue's place as a passerby and eavesdrop on what they're talking about. Thank you. Ah. Okay. But I don't want money. Take it. Ling Ying then stuffed the money into his hands. Many people's eyes were naturally on the school beauty Ling Ying. When they suddenly saw Ling Ying stuffed money into a boy's hands, they immediately exploded. And this boy, because of such a small matter, received a lot of attention in the future. This was the influence of the top school beauty. As long as this school beauty didn't have a boyfriend, her influence would be very exaggerated. Even if she did have a boyfriend, her admirers would wholeheartedly protect her. Then, Ling Ying watched unhappily as Lin Xian approached Han Chushue. I'd like to see what you're talking about when I'm not around. Ling Ying would be lying if she said that she wasn't jealous. Although this was all caused by her, she just wanted to know how Lin Xian chatted with other girls outside. Lin Xian moved to Han Chushue's side. Han Chushue also saw Lin Xian coming over. She came back to her senses and then slightly tidied up the loose hair in front of her forehead to hide her nervousness. She was really nervous. No matter how outstanding a man was in front of her, she wouldn't take a second look. No matter how outstanding a man was, she wouldn't feel anything when he said sweet nothings to her. However, when Lin Xian just walked towards her, she became nervous, shy, and secretly happy. All kinds of emotions suddenly emerged. Hello, little Chushue. Lin Xian walked to Han Chushue's side and grinned. Lin Xian felt that it was time to make a move on Han Chushue. Just like Miao Xiao Miao, he made a move first and then left it there. After all, he didn't do anything. No. Han Chushue was different. Han Chushue's mission required sex. It wasn't as simple as just confirming a relationship. Moreover, it required Ling Ying to do it together. Wow. Lin Xian really felt very tired. It wasn't like he didn't do other things every day. He flirted with girls. Those real scumbags purely ran their own fish pond and didn't need to work. They were usually quite rich. Lin Xian also didn't need to work, but he had a lot of things to do. Training, leveling up, all kinds of dangers outside, etc. Then, he still had to flirt with girls. It didn't matter if the scumbags couldn't flirt with them, but if he couldn't flirt with them, his level would drop to 0. Who could stand that? Han Chushue slightly nodded and then nodded. Why isn't Ling Ying coming over? This should be the first time she was alone with Lin Xian, right? Previously, Ling Ying was there, so she was really nervous and didn't know what to say. When she saw Lin Xian, she also saw Ling Ying sitting in the distance. She really didn't know what to say, so she could only say this. She's not important. Lin Xian grinned and said. The student sent by Ling Ying heard this and was secretly speechless. Han Chushue heard Lin Xian's words and didn't know how to respond. Little Chushue, are you free tonight? I'll treat you to a movie. Lin Xian smiled and said. He really felt that it was time to make a move. The sooner he got one, the sooner he could be at ease. On the other side, there was still Ling Longshui, Ling Longyue, and Bing Lingyue, 3 heaven-defying girls that he needed to deal with. He had to stabilize the rear first. Now, of all the people outside who had triggered the mission, other than Ling Longshui and the other 2, only Han Chushue and Linya hadn't completed it. Yi Yi and Xiao Runing would definitely trigger it. After all, with their level of beauty, according to the scumbag system's temperament, it would be unreasonable if it didn't trigger it. It probably needed some kind of opportunity. However, Lin Xian wasn't in a hurry. It was best to trigger it later. Even if it was triggered, there shouldn't be any heaven-defying punishment. Now that Lin Xian was already a bowl of water, if the 2 of them triggered it, it would be one disaster after another. And Lin Ya's mission wasn't urgent either. As expected of Lin Xian's little fairy, there was no punishment for the mission. So now, Han Chushue should be Lin Xian's first target. After all, the sooner they confirmed their relationship, the sooner he could be together with Ling Ying. Otherwise, it would be too late. Chapter 431. When Han Chushue heard Lin Xian's words, her heart skipped a beat, and her ears immediately turned red. Lin Xian asked her to watch a movie? What did this guy mean by asking a girl to watch a movie? Although she had never been in a relationship before, she still understood this. Moreover, it was at night. This. Her heart was suddenly in a mess. I have something to do tonight. She was really anxious, and her heart was in a mess. She blurted out such a sentence. Probably subconsciously, she didn't know what to do, so she chose to escape. Lin Xian didn't care. If you have something to do, then you have something to do. Can't force it? Okay, then you're busy tonight. No, I'm not busy. Han Chushue said hurriedly. Alu? Lin Xian was stunned for a moment. Was this girl busy or not? Didn't she have something to do? Because Han Chushue regretted it after saying this. Oh my God! What did she say? Then, when she heard Lin Xian's words, she subconsciously said it again. In fact, subconsciously, she really wanted to go to the movies with Lin Xian, but she was a complete idiot. When faced with this kind of situation, she completely lost her mind. The key was that it depended on the person. Probably only Lin Xian could make her lose her mind. Are you busy or not? Lin Xian asked suspiciously. I'm okay. Han Chushue's hand was a little helpless as she rubbed the corner of her clothes. Then you're quite busy. I won't disturb you. How about this? I'll ask you to watch a movie after the Qianwu conference ends. Han Chushue nodded. Okay. She was still a little disappointed, but more than that, she was annoyed. What was wrong with her? Why did she say that she had something to do? If she didn't say that, she would be able to watch a movie with Lin Xian tonight. Then it's settled. Alright, don't tell that girl Ling Ying. It's just the two of us. I'll take you to eat a big meal, not her. Han Chushue nodded slightly. In fact, she was quite happy when she heard this. For example, when Lin Xian and Ling Ying said that they would take her out for a big meal and not bring her along, she was also happy. However, being happy was just being happy. This was a very normal psychological activity. Do you want to go? Lin Xian asked Han Chushue. Han Chushue nodded and followed Lin Xian towards Ling Ying. Hello, Comrade Han. Ling Ying saw Han Chushue and said with a smile. Han Chushue nodded slightly, then her eyes fell on Xiao Runing. Are you waiting for Miss Xiao? Ling Ying asked. Yes, I want to ask about the Qianwu assembly. Are you guys interested as well? Ling Ying nodded. Yes, because I heard that the Qianwu assembly has changed a lot, so it's good to ask about the rules in advance. The Qianwu assembly will have people from the 3 major academies and 3 major powers as judges. Xiao Runing is one of the judges. According to reason, the new rules should not be leaked, but that's only according to reason. If Xiao Runing doesn't tell them, the other judges will also ask and they will tell them. They will only say that it depends on whether you have the ability or not. In fact, there's no problem even if it's leaked. In any case, it's just a subconscious rule. Yes, asking in advance can also prepare in advance. After all, there are a lot of experts in the Qianwu assembly this time. Compared to the previous ones, the quality is much better. Ling Ying said faintly. Lin Xian took out his phone and chatted with Zhang Tian. Lin Xian had just told him about the information that could be used against Qin Xiaotian, so Lin Xian went to the side to chat with him. However, Lin Xian didn't give him the video because he was afraid that he would ruin it. Of course, he wasn't afraid that he would collude with Qin Xiaotian. Since he cooperated with him, then Lin Xian would trust him. Moreover, his own sister died in the hands of Qin Xiaotian. He had endless hatred, so he was worried that because of this hatred, he couldn't wait to release the video. That was not what Lin Xian wanted, so Lin Xian only told him this news. As for what to do next, he would take the initiative and Zhang Tian would be in charge of supporting him. With Lin Xian's understanding of Qin Xiaotian, he was definitely investigating him and Wang Chanqian. However, he shouldn't be able to do anything about it. Linya was at the arcane body realm, and she also had the heavenly void pearl. Although it was still a little dangerous, Linya listened to Lin Xian's words and directly made the heavenly void pearl into a bracelet on her wrist. If she encountered any danger, she could instantly use it to escape. Moreover, Lin Xian felt that if Qin Xiaotian wanted to make a move now, he would definitely only control Linya and would definitely not directly kill her. Therefore, as long as she had the heavenly void pearl on her wrist, Linya would not be in danger. It was impossible for someone to make a move on her and steal her heavenly void pearl at first sight. Therefore, Lin Xian wasn't very worried about Linya. Even if she was captured, she could use the heavenly void pearl to come back. Right now, Lin Xian wanted to humiliate Qin Xiaotian first. As for how to humiliate him, Lin Xian had already thought about it, but now that the rules of the Heaven Martial Arts Conference had changed, Lin Xian had to think about it again. In addition, he had to make sure that Qin Xiaotian hadn't left, and confirm his location before bringing people to capture him. Otherwise, if he alerted the enemy, what would happen if Qin Xiaotian directly ran away? As for whether he ran away or not, Lin Xian wasn't sure. It was true that he was cautious, but it wasn't to the point where it would make people think about it carefully, right? It had to be said that Lin Xian's control over people's hearts was still quite strong. Qin Xiaotian indeed didn't run away directly, because he still had too many things to do. However, he didn't dare to come out, because he needed to make sure that there was no danger outside before he appeared. On the other side, Ling Ying saw Lin Xian playing with his phone at the side. She found an opportunity to walk over to the student's side and asked, "How is it?" The male student said, "I heard from Lin Xian that he wanted to invite Han Chuxue to watch a movie." Ling Ying, Mother ****, as expected. Although she thought of it, she couldn't stop it, but she was still unhappy. What else? Also, he told Han Chuxue not to tell you. Ling Ying, tisk tisk, so uncomfortable. This bastard, he slept with her every day, and even invited other girls to watch a movie. If she didn't tell him, Ling Ying would remember it for the rest of her life. And then, nothing else. Alright, he also said that he wanted to eat a big meal, but he didn't want to bring you. Ling Ying. At this moment, Lin Xian's mind was filled with all kinds of system notifications from Ling Ying's unhappy and jealous feelings, causing him to be stunned. Wasn't he just playing with his phone? Could it be that she thought that he was secretly chatting with other girls and was jealous? That shouldn't be the case. With Ling Ying's tolerance, she wouldn't be unhappy and jealous over this matter. Lin Xian looked at her in surprise. At this moment, Ling Ying had already walked over to Han Chuxue with a dark face and was thinking about life. Of course, she wouldn't blame Han Chuxue. After all, Han Chuxue didn't know that she was Lin Xian's girlfriend. She only blamed that bastard Lin Xian. Chapter 432. Ling Ying started to doubt his life. He just had sex with her, and when he was doing it, he used all kinds of sweet words to make her change positions. Then, he didn't want to take him out to eat or watch a movie. ********** your sister. What's wrong? Han Chuxue looked at Ling Ying and found that she was breaking the key in her hand like it was a soft candy. She looked very depressed. "It's nothing, my period is here." Ling Ying mumbled, and then threw the broken key at Lin Xian. It hit his head, and then he flipped his hand and acted as if nothing happened. Lin Xian scratched his head and looked back. Who threw it at him? His first reaction was to look at Ling Ying. This girl was talking to Han Chuxue. It didn't seem to be her. Then, Lin Xian picked up the object. ******? Isn't this Ling Ying's house key? Then it was Ling Ying who threw it. Still pretending. However, Lin Xian was curious. Why was this girl so unhappy? What did he do? He was really very curious. Then, he walked over and put the key in front of Ling Ying. "What are you doing? Did I provoke you?" Ling Ying turned her head and said, I was bored, so I threw it for fun. Lin Xian. Of course, he didn't believe it. The system notification was the most realistic. No matter how she tried to hide or explain, since she didn't want to say it, Lin Xian just shrugged. Chu Xue, let's go eat something delicious after the Qianwu tournament. Ling Ying deliberately said this to Han Chu Xue in front of Lin Xian. Han Chu Xue nodded without hesitation. Okay, then it's settled. We'll go after the tournament. Although it was Ling Ying who asked Lin Xian to flirt with Han Chu Xue, what happened just now made him very unhappy. Didn't they say that they would go to the movies and eat delicious food after the competition? Normally, Han Chu Xue would choose Ling Ying first. She just said that she didn't want Lin Xian to feel too good. When Lin Xian heard this, he didn't mind. It didn't matter if it was a day earlier or a day later. Originally, they wanted to go right after the competition, but since Ling Ying wanted to go right after the competition with Han Chu Xue, then so be it. Lin Xian didn't mind going one day later. Han Chu Xue thought so too, so it didn't really matter. Up ahead, Xiao Runing, Yi Yi, and Lu Yufan had finished their training. Then, they saw Lin Xian and the others. Then, the three of them walked over together. This was a very eye-catching scene. Among the 4 campus belles of the Sky Martial Court, Han Chu Xue, who was the rarest to appear, had appeared together. The goddess-like instructor, Xiao Runing, was also among them. When they walked together, the crowd could not wait to secretly take photos. This was a historical moment. It had been so long, but they shouldn't have appeared in this scene before, right? However, when they looked at the photos and saw that Lin Xian was among the 5 goddess-like girls, they were very unhappy. It also affected the beauty of the photos. They were all waiting for Lin Xian to leave their photos, but this guy was still there. *CK your sister. Lin Xian, you'll be competing in the martial arts competition the day after tomorrow. Good luck. Lu Yufan said to Lin Xian charmingly. You have to work hard too. Try to participate in the Sky Martial competition next year. Of course. Next year is the year that I dominate the competition. Lu Yufan waved her fist cutely. If the two of you can maintain your current state and cultivate diligently for a year, you'll be able to become junior experts if you reach a certain level. Xiao Runing said with a smile. Miss Xiao, what about me? Lin Xian grinned. Xiao Runing looked at Lin Xian and said softly, Go to hell. Lin Xian. Ha ha ha. The girls felt extremely satisfied and laughed happily. All right, I won't treat you well the next time you come to my house. Lin Xian said in a displeased manner. It's fine. It's enough that your sister treats me well. I don't need you to treat me well. Oh, right, you didn't apply for leave for too long recently. I'll deduct your credits. Lin Xian. You're a teacher. You're awesome. I can't afford to offend you, okay? Lin Xian's face darkened. However, when the girls saw Lin Xian's expression, they were happy from the bottom of their hearts. They didn't know why, but they just wanted to see Lin Xian suffer. Of course, if it was between friends, they would want to see it. However, if it was someone they didn't know, or if it was Lin Xian's enemy or rival, they naturally wouldn't do that. They just wanted to see Lin Xian beat them up and crush them. That would be very handsome. Come here, come here. Lin Xian called Lu Yufan and Yi Yi to the side. The two girls looked at each other. Could it be that Lin Xian wanted to bully them because they laughed at him? Hey, come here. I have something to ask you. Lin Xian shouted. Then, the two girls walked toward Lin Xian. What is it? Lu Yufan asked charmingly. Yi Yi looked at Lin Xian from the side. Did you see Qin Xiaotian today? Lin Xian asked softly. Qin Xiaotian? I didn't see him. Lu Yufan shook her head. Then, Lin Xian looked at Yi Yi. Qin Xiaotian was chasing Yi Yi. If he came, he would have contacted Yi Yi. Yi Yi also shook her head. I didn't see him. He probably didn't come to school. What's wrong? He didn't come. Lin Xian rubbed his chin. Did they hide or did they just run away? Lin Xian hoped that it was the former. He hoped that he was hiding out of caution. If he ran away, that would be bad news. However, Lin Xian trusted his own judgment. He probably didn't want to leave before he was completely sure that he had been discovered. Indeed, he had been discovered by Wang Qianqian. But so what? It didn't matter if there was no evidence. Therefore, Lin Xian guessed that his current state of mind was like that. If he didn't appear, that was also in line with Lin Xian's guess. It's okay, E. If he appears, let me know. Also, if he asks you out, don't go. Lin Xian reminded her. Both of them had heavenly void jewels, but Lin Xian still had to remind her. NN. Yi nodded her little head obediently. Also, Yi didn't agree when Qin Xiaotian asked her out. Lu Yufan said. Lin Xian nodded. Keep it this way. Then you guys go ahead and practice. I'll go find Miss Xiao and the others to understand the new rules of the Sky Martial Tournament. Good luck. You must defeat all those experts. Lu Yufan waved her fist and said. Her boyfriend must be the best in her heart. Therefore, she trusted Lin Xian without thinking. Don't worry. It's nothing. Let's go. Lin Xian saw Ling Ying and Han Chuxue follow Xiao Runing to the office, so Lin Xian couldn't wait to chase after them. The three of them followed Xiao Runing to her office and sat down. Then, Xiao Runing poured them a glass of water. Miss Xiao, where's my water? Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Chapter 433. Xiao Runing glanced at Lin Xian, and then the corners of her mouth curled up. Pour it yourself. Lin Xian. Wah. That's heart-wrenching. Lin Xian clutched his chest. Actually, these girls couldn't be blamed for wanting to see Lin Xian embarrass himself or for targeting Lin Xian. The main reason was that Lin Xian often teased them and even touched them. This made them unhappy, and in order to vent their anger, they targeted Lin Xian. This was normal. For example, when Lin Xian pinched Xiao Runing's butt, Lin Xian was very happy, but Xiao Runing must have been very angry, so she could only choose such a simple way to vent her anger. But obviously, it was very useful. They didn't have to choose something too excessive. Just seeing Lin Xian's expression was enough. Okay, I'll remember it. Lin Xian then sat on the chair next to Han Chuxue. Damn it. One day, not only will I make Xiao Runing pour water for me, but I'll also make her do something else every day. What else do you want to do after you remember it? Xiao Runing glared at Lin Xian. She felt that Lin Xian's words had a hidden meaning. Coupled with his previous behavior, she felt that he had some bad thoughts about her. Remember, when you come to my house in the future, I won't pour water for you. Lin Xian said. Why didn't Xiao Runing believe him? Okay, Miss Xiao, don't bother with him. Let's talk about our own things. Ling Ying said. It seemed that she still had a lot of resentment towards Lin Xian. Xiao Runing nodded. Little Chuxue, you have to pay attention to me. Lin Xian said to Han Chuxue, feeling wronged. He deliberately let Ling Ying and the others hear. Yes. Han Chuxue nodded slightly. Ling Ying. Ah. Lin Xian was doing this on purpose. Xiao Runing was already used to Lin Xian's shamelessness. She helplessly shook her head. She definitely couldn't let him get first place in the Qianwu assembly. She suddenly wondered if this was what a teacher should think of her student. Miss Xiao, what's the situation with the Qianwu conference? Ling Ying asked curiously. Lin Xian also pricked up his ears to listen. After all, this was what they were here for. Xiao Runing said, actually, there are a lot of changes to the Sky Martial Arts Conference this time. Up until now, there are a total of 280 people who have signed up for the Sky Martial Arts Conference in Tianhua City. The deadline for signing up is the same as before. A 1v1 duel? Xiao Runing took a sip of tea and nodded. Yes, it's still a 1v1 duel. In the past, the Sky Martial Arts Conference could end in one day, but after the change, it will take 2 days. Moreover, it's life-threatening. Lin Xian. It can't be? Isn't it just a duel? Why is it life-threatening? Lin Xian was puzzled. Xiao Runing said, in the past, it was a 1v1 duel until the end. But this time, there are 280 people participating. The 1v1 duel will only decide the top 70 people. The second round will decide the top 10 from these 70 people, including the first place. Then how will it be decided? Ling Ying asked curiously. Go to the Sky Demonic Beast Forest and kill demonic beasts. The three of them were shocked. What's happening now? A normal 1v1 duel in the Sky Martial Arts Conference was enough. But now, they had to go to the Sky Demonic Beast Forest to kill demonic beasts? Xiao Runing nodded her head, because the 1v1 martial arts competition is too one-sided. Only by fighting against truly powerful monster beasts and hunting them down can a martial artist's ability be fully reflected. Fighting with demonic beasts, or surviving in the Sky Demonic Beast Forest, is a test of all aspects. Therefore, the three major forces decided to do so. Then what if they die? Lin Xian asked. If they die, the three major forces will give them a pension. Of course, after the top 70 people are decided, they have the right to choose whether to continue or give up. Under such circumstances, the realm is no longer the most important thing. Of course, it's still very important. Xiao Runing said. Actually, it's pretty good. Ling Ying said after pondering for a while. Xiao Runing nodded her head. Yes, it's very good, because the situation of our human race is becoming more and more unfavorable. The three major forces are trying to find ways to improve everyone's strength. The previous Linfeng City operation, as well as the Heavenly Martial Assembly's reform, are all trends. In the future, there will be more, because they have discovered that too many so-called geniuses are actually flowers in a greenhouse. Only by constantly experiencing dangerous battles can they truly improve. Even if it's a duel, it has to be combined with this. Being afraid of death really can't improve the quality of the human race. I quite agree with this. Ling Ying said, yes, and if we don't improve now, it's too easy to die in the future. Then how will the top 10 be decided? Han Chuxue asked. Xiao Runing said, for all the martial artists who agreed to enter the Sky Demonic Beast Forest, we have already marked out an area. This area has demonic beasts from the Qi Building Realm to the Mysterious Heaven Realm. As for the Lightning Tribulation Realm above the Mysterious Heaven Realm, it's possible that they exist, but it's very rare. We have already checked. As long as you don't leave this area, you'll be fine. Then she paused for a moment before continuing, all of you will enter the Sky Demonic Beast Forest from different positions. You will survive in the designated area for 1 day. This day is not only for survival, but also for killing demonic beasts. Kill all kinds of demonic beasts and take out their demonic crystals. Every demonic beast has a different number of demonic crystals. In the end, we will calculate the total number of demonic crystals in each martial artist's hand and rank them. This is a very fair method. Lin Xian muttered, but it's very dangerous. Xiao Runing replied, it is indeed dangerous, but in fact, it is not too dangerous. The Heavenly Demon Beast Forest is a place where many cultivators go to gain experience. Chuxue, Ling Ying and the others often go there when they were still in the mysterious body realm. The level of the demon beasts there is generally not too high, but there are many of them. It is a good place to gain experience. Since the top 70 cultivators are basically all at the high level of the mysterious body realm or the mysterious heaven realm, such a place is not too dangerous. So the danger can only come from accidents in the demonic beast domain. Ling Ying said. Xiao Runing nodded, yes, and we will also ensure the safety of the martial artists. There will be powerhouses from the three great forces and mentors from the three great academies patrolling the entire Heavenly Demon Beast Forest. When the time comes, we will also provide you with equipment to contact your mentors. Basically, if you encounter any danger within 10 minutes, the closest support will be able to arrive and save you. 10 minutes, in fact, if the difference is not too great, and you want to run, then even if you encounter a profound Heaven Realm martial artist, you will still be able to hold them back. At that time, the three great forces will also provide you with some sort of life-saving item. In any case, your safety is basically guaranteed. Chapter 434. However, this wasn't good news for Lin Xian. What if Qin Shaotian attacked him in the Sky Demon Beast Forest? But he didn't seem to be afraid. Why was Lin Xian panicking? Moreover, there was a way to contact the teachers of the three major powers. Those experts would wander around the Sky Demon Beast Forest, so Qin Shaotian wouldn't dare to attack. The danger is basically guaranteed. Then, you have to hunt demonic beasts. Remember, no matter how small the demonic beasts are, they are all points. If you don't kill them, they will be killed by others. As for the corresponding points, I don't know yet. Can we form a team? Lin Xian suddenly asked. Xiao Runing nodded. After entering the Sky Demon Beast Forest, you guys can do whatever you want. As long as you don't break any rules, it's fine. There aren't any rules. The main point is to kill demonic beasts and your own safety. Just these 2 points. Then if we form a team with a few experts, wouldn't we be in the top 10 for sure? Lin Xian shrugged and said. You think you are the only smart one? Ling Ying couldn't help but roll his eyes at Lin Xian. Aren't I very smart? Lin Xian blinked and felt that it was quite good. When he formed a team with experts like Ling Ying and Han Chushue, their results would definitely be better than those of the other students. Miss Xiao, I suspect that this guy's brain isn't very good. What do you think? Ling Ying asked Xiao Runing. Xiao Runing pondered for a moment and nodded. It's not very good. Lin Xian. 3 women in a drama, damn. No, Han Chushue didn't help them, so it was just 2 women. Little Comrade Han is still the gentle and considerate one. Why is it not good? Xiao Runing looked at Lin Xian. You are usually so smart. Why are you so stupid at this time? Teaming up would only increase one thing, and that was the increase in safety. Think about it. If a person walks alone and encounters 20 demonic beasts in a day and kills all of them, there will be 20 demon crystals. Let's not talk about the grade of the demon crystals first. Then, you guys form a team of 3 and encounter 20 demonic beasts in a day. Then, the 20 demon crystals will be divided equally between the 3 of you. If we form a team, our results will be lowered. Isn't that right? Lin Xian slapped his forehead. That's right. How could he have forgotten about this? He always thought that with 3 people, they would be able to kill 3 times the number of demonic beasts, or even more, and it would be safer. However, that was not the case. They were going in to look for demonic beasts, not countless demonic beasts looking for them. The concept was different. As for the latter, the more people there were, the more they would kill. In theory, the demonic beasts were endless, but reality was always different. That's why it's best to act alone, if you're looking for results, Xiao Runing said. But I have to spend a day and a night alone in the heavenly demonic beast forest. I'm so lonely. Without the company of a girl, TSK. Lin Xian had an aggrieved look on his face. It's all right. There are countless demonic beasts accompanying you. When you want to rest, you'll be worried that you'll be surrounded by demonic beasts. You won't be lonely, Ling Ying said with a smile. Lin Xian. That seemed to be the case. Gather at the Sky Martial Court at 7 a.m. the day after tomorrow and head to the martial arts arena together. With your strength, it won't be a problem for you to enter the top 70. The main thing is the heavenly demonic beast forest later. Strength is the most important factor. Luck might play a part as well. It will test your abilities in all aspects. I have confidence in all of you. After all, you often go out to train. Lin Xian. I say, Teacher Xiao, what do you mean by this reversal? Lin Xian asked awkwardly as he touched the tip of his nose. Xiao Runing looked at Lin Xian and said, Your combat strength is sufficient. However, in the demonic beast domain, combat strength is only one of the methods to save your life. I don't know much about your other abilities, so I won't comment. There were too many things that could pose a threat when one was out there alone. If one was strong enough to defeat the demonic beasts, that would not be a problem. However, demonic beasts were not the only things that could take one's life. Maybe the plant in front of you is a poisonous plant, but you don't understand it, and you die because of it. Maybe you meet someone else, and you might be tricked, or your life might even be in danger. This is just a simple point that might be related to your life. There are many tests that have nothing to do with your life, but there might be something very important, and this would always happen inadvertently. However, if everyone's strength wasn't too different, and they were alone in the demonic beast domain, without any help, they could only rely on themselves. Under such circumstances, it was more reliable to get into the top 10. For those experts, the 3 major forces, and those mentors, this kind of top 10 covered much more than the top 10 of a martial arts competition. Although they might not be able to see it, and although it might not be as direct as watching a martial arts competition, this was the reality. I feel that I'm stronger than the 2 girls beside me. Lin Xian coughed dryly. Han Chuxue, Ling Ying. Xiao Runing could not help but laugh. It's not that I want to discourage you, but they started learning martial arts when they were a few years old. Before they were 10, they went to the demonic beast domain to hunt demonic beasts. When they were in their teens, I feel that there aren't many people on planet Aqua Blue who can compare to them in this aspect. What about you, Lin Xian? Speaking of this, it was a little awkward. To be honest, the number of times he went to the demonic beast domain could be counted on one hand. It could probably be counted on 2 hands. However, Lin Xian had lived one more life than them. They only said that they did not know. All right. I admit defeat. Lin Xian shrugged. What's your cultivation level now? Xiao Runing asked. Asking a cultivator's cultivation level was a taboo. However, Xiao Runing was different. Firstly, she was an instructor. Secondly, she was their friend. There was no need to be so many taboos. I'm at Mystic Heaven Realm 4 stars. Ling Ying said. Han Chuxue said, Mystic Heaven Realm 2 stars. You are. If there was nothing going on previously, you would probably be at least Mystic Heaven Realm 6 stars now. Xiao Runing said to Han Chuxue with some regret. She knew Ling Ying. She was quite lazy. However, she was strong. If she was not lazy, she would definitely not be slower than Han Chuxue in terms of cultivation. However, Han Chuxue was different. She cultivated like crazy before. Han Chuxue nodded slightly. How about you? Xiao Runing looked at Lin Xian. Mystic Heaven Realm 3 stars. Sorry to disturb you. Xiao Runing said helplessly. This Lin Xian was a true monster. How long ago was he in the Qi building realm? Of course, Xiao Runing felt that Lin Xian was definitely not in the Qi building realm. However, reality proved that he was not in the Qi building realm. At most, he was in the mystic body realm. He might not have reached it yet. However, how long had it been? In terms of cultivation level, he was already on par with Ling Ying and Han Chuxue. Whether it was cultivation level or battle strength, he had reached the top of the advanced class. Without mentioning anything else, Xiao Runing really admired this. Chapter 435. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue both knew that Lin Xian had too many secrets, but Ling Ying knew even more. But the more she knew, the more mysteries Lin Xian had that she couldn't see through. Gene medicine, heavenly star fruit, what were these things? They had never heard of them before. What's Miss Zhao's realm now? Ling Ying asked curiously. 7 stars of the Thunder Tribulation realm. Xiao Runing said. Wow. You reached 7 stars of the Thunder Tribulation realm just like that? According to Xiao Runing, the demon beast they encountered was at the high level of the Thunder Tribulation realm. At that time, she hadn't reached the high level of the mysterious heaven realm yet, and Ling Ying and the others were only a few stars of the mysterious body realm. They had all advanced by a large realm, which was around 10 stars. Only Lin Xian was more abnormal and advanced more. However, Xiao Runing was different. The amount of experience she needed to advance by 10 stars was many times more than Ling Ying and the others. However, she still advanced by so much. Why did Lin Xian feel that Xiao Runing was always at school and didn't have much time to grind levels? What do you mean you didn't say anything? Did you know when I went out to grind levels? Xiao Runing rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. So you're that kind of class representative? What do you mean? Xiao Runing asked, puzzled. We play together, but we're always secretly working hard. Xiao Runing said helplessly, I can't help it. As a teacher, I have to be at school. Basically, I'm used to going out to grind monsters every night. But the speed of her improvement was really terrifying. By the way, Miss Xiao, I have a question that I've been wanting to ask for a long time. Lin Xian. What is it? Lin Xian said, You're not that old, only about 3 years older than me. You're about the same age as my little fairy. You're so beautiful, and I feel like you're the daughter of a rich family. I can understand that you came here to grind monsters like Ling Ying and the others, but why do you want to be a teacher? Isn't this a waste of your energy and time? If you weren't a teacher, Miss Xiao, you'd probably be in the law realm already. A 24-year-old law realm, it was a terrifying thought. However, Lin Xian could definitely reach that level. Ling and the others could as well. That is a secret. Okay, you guys go back and prepare yourself. Wow. If you don't tell me, I will be very conflicted. I will always think. You'll slowly think about it. Ling Ying and Han Chushue stood up and left after saying a few words. Teacher Xiao, don't forget our promise. Before Lin Xian left, he grinned at Xiao Runing, causing her pretty face to suddenly turn red. Bastard! You still remember? With Lin Xian's level of talent, with the rules of the Qianwu tournament, she really felt that Lin Xian had a high chance of getting first place. However, thinking about it, that might not be the case. There were too many experts in the 3 big academies this year. Just their Tianhua Academy alone had 3 super strong competitors. Xiao Runing could only pray that someone would stand up and not let Lin Xian get first place. As long as Lin Xian got into the top 10 and not first place, it would be fine. Besides the rewards and glory, the top 10 and first place did not have much of a difference. In other words, the top 10 and first place did not have much to do with each other. Everyone wanted to advance and go to the God's Awakening door. As long as the top 10 advanced, they would work hard and enter the God's Awakening door in the next tournament. Of course, for those who valued glory, the meaning was different. Hey, what's the deal between you and Miss Xiao? Just as they left, Ling Ying elbowed Lin Xian's waist and asked curiously. Strange, why did Lin Xian have relationships with all sorts of beauties? Even a teacher would not be spared? F***CK. I told Miss Xiao that if I get first place in the Qianwu tournament, she will be my girlfriend. If I don't, I will agree to one of her conditions. Lin Xian. TSK, like hell I'll believe you. Ling Ying snorted. Lin Xian. What the heck? In this day and age, no one would believe you when you speak the truth? He was speaking the truth. Tell me, what is it? Ling Ying asked again. I told you. You don't believe me. Then, Ling Ying angrily stepped on Lin Xian's shoe, grabbed Han Chushue's arm and walked away. F***CK. Lin Xian looked bitterly at his own shoe. Ever since the number of girls around him increased, Lin Xian thought that he was only missing out on money and time. Who would have thought that it was his shoe? In the morning, Lin Xian stayed in Tianhua Academy to practice with Lu Yufan and Yi Yi. Rather than saying that it was practice, it was more like flirting. He took advantage of the girls in all sorts of ways. How did he do it? When he fought with them, he would secretly pinch their buttocks while dodging. After the fight, their faces would turn red. Those who did not know would think that it was because they were tired or hot. Who would have thought that it was because they were pinched? In the afternoon, he accompanied Lu Yufan and Yi Yi to eat a big meal and spent more than 1,000 yuan. Xiao Tong Tong. In the afternoon, Lin Xian came to the sacred palace. Wang Xintong had been in the monstrous beast domain frequently and had also been cultivating in the sacred palace. Wang Xintong wiped the sweat off her forehead. When she saw Lin Xian, she was very happy. Then, She took the opportunity to deal with the monstrous beast virtual image in front of her and ran over to Lin Xian to take the water that he handed to her. Why are you here again? Aren't you busy? Wang Xintong took a deep breath and wiped the sweat off her forehead. What can I be busy with? It's nothing more than teasing little sisters here and there, teasing little sisters there. It's very relaxing. Wang Xintong cutely rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Lin Xian released his eye of spiritual insight. She was already at the mysterious heaven realm 1 star. Lin Xian was also very pleased. What kind of state did Wang Xintong belong to? She had unlimited motivation. She felt that her water attribute and light attribute were not considered combat attributes. Therefore, she was cultivating these two attributes. She was crazily increasing her combat strength. If it wasn't a combat attribute, she would be at a natural disadvantage in battle. She needed to increase her combat strength to a level far higher than ordinary martial artists. At the very least, she had to make up for the disadvantage of her attributes. But how should she put it? Actually, each attribute had its own strong points. Water and light were both useful. The water attribute could heal, attack, and control. It was also considered a combat attribute, but it was more of a support attribute. Of course, the light attribute could also cause great damage to martial artists. Otherwise, why would it be below the dark attribute and above the lightning attribute? It was just that everyone was prejudiced by first impressions. If it wasn't the fire attribute, then the lightning attribute wasn't a combat attribute. Uncle Qin should have told you about the changes in the Sky Martial Conference, right? Lin Xian asked. Wang Xintong nodded repeatedly. He did. Therefore, I might have a chance to enter the top 10. Wang Xintong said with a smile. Chapter 436. Lin Xian pinched her pretty little nose and said, "There will be a chance, but you have to be careful. I can't take care of you when you're inside." "I don't need you to take care of me." Wang Xintong blushed at Lin Xian's actions. She slapped his hand away and mumbled, Okay. You don't need me to take care of you. After today's training, rest well tomorrow and prepare for the martial arts competition." "Okay." Wang Xintong nodded. "Do you want to relax tonight?" Lin Xian revealed a mischievous smile. "How do I relax?" Wang Xintong looked at Lin Xian in confusion. Lin Xian then whispered something in her ear. Whoosh! Wang Xintong's little face instantly turned red, even to her ears. "Pervert!" Wang Xintong spat with a red face. "How am I a pervert? I'm your boyfriend. Isn't this normal? I'm ignoring you." Wang Xintong then walked to the side and sat down, drinking water. If she really didn't want to talk to Lin Xian, he would definitely walk away. Girls were all reserved. To be honest, if Lin Xian really went to her place tonight, she wouldn't reject him. However, Lin Xian didn't go because he was purely joking and wanted to see her blush. It wasn't that Lin Xian didn't want to do it, but he felt that the time wasn't right. Moreover, he felt a little apologetic. It was better to let nature take its course. "The two of you are flirting again?" A voice sounded, and then Qin Feng walked over with a smile. "Uncle Qin." Lin Xian and Wang Xintong called out in unison. Lin Xian respected Qin Feng. This man had given everything he had to humanity. Just this alone was enough to make anyone respect him. Moreover, he had helped Lin Xian a lot. No, we were just chatting," Wang Xintong hurriedly explained. Qin Feng smiled as he walked in front of them. Then, he reached out and patted Lin Xian's shoulder with a lot of strength. "Not bad, you've become stronger again." Lin Xian scratched his head. "I'm still a far cry from Uncle Qin. But when you reach my age, you will definitely be stronger than me." Lin Xian smiled bitterly. "You should know about the new rules of the Tianwu Assembly, right?" Qin Feng looked at Lin Xian and asked. Lin Xian nodded. "Got it. Well, with your ability, I think you'll have no problem getting into the top 10. I even think you'll have a place in the top 3. Among all the contestants in this year's competition, you're one of the ones I think the most highly of. Cough, cough, Uncle Chin, don't tease me. Chin Feng shook his head. No, I don't like to beat around the bush, and I don't like to play along. If I say I think you're the best, then I think you're the best. Apart from you, only Han Chuxue, Ling Ying, and the others think highly of you. I'm ashamed, I'm ashamed. Chin Feng smiled. Then, he looked at Wang Xintong and said, but Xintong isn't necessarily so. Her realm is passable, but after all, she has too little experience. Training in that kind of place for a day has too many things to test a warrior. In this aspect, Xintong is still very far from it. If you have the strength to spare, then help her. If you don't, then forget it. No need, I'll work hard. It doesn't matter if I'm in the top 10 or not. Wang Xintong wiped her fragrant sweat and said, that's not the same. Chin Feng shook his head and said, your hard work will make you an expert. After these days of teaching you, I found that your ability to learn new things is extremely strong. This means that the time you need to spend is much less than a normal warrior. Thus, I hope that you can enter the top 10 this time. Then, within a year, raise your level to a very high level and participate in the finals of the Qianwu Conference. Although the possibility is very low, I feel that you really have a chance to enter the top 10. Ah! Wang Xintong never thought that Qin Feng's evaluation of her would be so high. Lin Xian understood. In this world, there was never a lack of geniuses, and there was never a lack of powerful people. However, in the process of growth, there was only one kind that was lacking, and that was Wang Xintong. She had a stronger determination than a normal warrior, and she had a more terrifying ability to execute and believe. Those so-called experts might have defeated a warrior of an empire and entered the top 10. They might be stronger than Wang Xintong now, but it was hard to say who would be stronger in a year's time. It was true that they were strong, but how many of them had the same belief as Wang Xintong? Lin Xian had it, but he probably couldn't compare to Wang Xintong. Lin Xian also admitted this. I know. She's my girlfriend. If I can help her, who else should I help? Lin Xian smiled. Also, Qin Feng patted Wang Xintong's shoulder and said sincerely, don't think that you're inferior just because you have the water and light attributes. There's no such thing. First, the light and water attributes aren't weak. In some aspects, they're even stronger than the lightning attribute. It depends on how far you can cultivate them. If you cultivate the light attribute well, your battle strength won't be lower than any other attribute. I can only tell you this. Second, there are no weak attributes in this world, only weak warriors. Wang Xintong nodded her small head heavily. I understand. Thank you, Uncle Qin. And you two can continue to talk about love. Qin Feng smiled and then walked away. Did you hear that? There are no weak attributes, only weak warriors. Lin Xian pinched her soft pink cheeks and smiled. Got it. Let's go. Stop practicing. You must be hungry. I'll take you out for a feast. Although Lin Xian had already eaten, Wang Xintong looked like she hadn't eaten in the afternoon. Therefore, Lin Xian planned to take her out. Moreover, it wouldn't be good to be too tired. No need. You can go ahead. Although Wang Xintong also wanted to go out with Lin Xian, she thought that Lin Xian should have a lot of things to do. Even if he didn't, he should have a lot of other girls to accompany. Anyway, she probably knew something and didn't want to disturb Lin Xian. She didn't want to take up his time. She only felt that she was inferior to the other girls. In fact, that wasn't the case at all. I'll give you 1 minute to change. If you don't change, I'll strip you naked right now. Lin Xian threatened, fiercely. Ah! Wang Xintong blushed again. 1 minute isn't enough. Then why aren't you going? Lin Xian smiled. Got it. Then, Wang Xintong ran into the changing room and changed into her youthful and beautiful clothes. As the number of girls around him increased, Lin Xian realized that he didn't have enough time to accompany them. Wouldn't it take half a day to accompany a girl? That didn't include the time spent having sex. Right now, he really wished that he could clone himself. That way it would be much easier. Unfortunately, that was impossible. Chapter 437. All right. Not long after, Wang Xintong walked in front of Lin Xian and shyly tidied up her messy hair. Let's go. Lin Xian then extended his arm to her. Wang Xintong hesitated for a moment, but still held on to Lin Xian's arm. Originally, Lin Xian wanted to take Wang Xintong out for a big meal to express his sincerity, but plans always changed. After the meal, Lin Xian even wanted to take her out to watch a movie and take advantage of her. Then, they went to watch a movie. Of course, it was the last seat, but he didn't take advantage of Wang Xintong. All sorts of kisses, making her blush uncontrollably. In the end, when Lin Xian sent her home, Wang Xintong was still stunned. He went back just like that. It wasn't that Lin Xian didn't have feelings for her, but he didn't want to ruin her. At least, not now. Having so many girlfriends at the same time, he still had to pick up other girls. This already made Lin Xian's heart feel guilty enough. Did he want to have sex with them one by one? That would make him feel even more guilty. Wang Xintong watched Lin Xian walk away through the upstairs window. Her little mouth couldn't help but pout. How should she put it? She was happy and disappointed. She thought that Lin Xian was going to do something to her tonight, but he didn't. This was disappointment. Girls were all reserved. Of course, they wouldn't take the initiative to mention this. However, she definitely liked Lin Xian a lot. As long as Lin Xian said something, she might resist a little because she was reserved, and then she would definitely go along with Lin Xian. But who would have thought that Lin Xian simply sent her home and didn't do anything? This was also the reason why she was happy. At least it proved that Lin Xian was a good person. He did not blindly want to possess her. Otherwise, let alone today, she would have been taken down by Lin Xian many days ago. Lin Xian realized that he really was a pervert. When they returned home, the sky was already dark. Lin Xian didn't take Wang Xintong to have dinner, because it was already 3 o'clock in the afternoon when they had dinner. It could also be considered dinner. Anyway, Wang Xintong didn't like to eat dinner. According to her, it was easy to gain weight after eating dinner. The key opened the door, and Lin Xian jumped into the house. Arabaldi, your handsome bee is back. Lin Xian shouted. Then, 6 pairs of eyes in the living room turned to look at Lin Xian. Lin Xian gulped. What the hell? Other than Ling Ying and Lin Ye, Ling Longshui, Ling Longyue, and Bing Lingyue actually came to his house. Han Chuxue probably came with Lin Xian. Why did they all choose to gather here at this time? This surprised Lin Xian. The 6 of them looked at Lin Xian as if they were looking at an idiot. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose awkwardly and put down his hand. Why are you all here? Lin Xian coughed dryly and sat down on a small stool opposite them. Oh my God! Lin Ye, Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, Ling Longshui, Ling Longyue, and Bing Lingyue. These 6 women sitting together, it was so beautiful that he couldn't stand it. Really? Any one of these 6 women would be a goddess on planet Aqua Blue. Lin Xian really couldn't believe that these women had a relationship with him. Among the 6, 2 of them had already had a relationship with him. Especially that Ling Longshui. TSK. Logically speaking, Ling Longshui's temperament was superior to theirs. However, at this moment, Ling Longshui didn't reveal much of her noble temperament. The same went for Bing Lingyue. What was more stunning was their appearance. Of course, there was also that little girl Ling Longyue. Maybe it was because she was in someone else's house or because there were too many people around, she actually sat there quietly and obediently watching TV while listening to everyone's conversation. Ling Ying and Lin Ye had seen Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue before. They were very stunning in that musical. How should they put it? In terms of appearance, these women were actually on par. Each of them had their own characteristics. It was really hard to say who was prettier. However, Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue were superior to Lin Ye and the rest in many aspects. After all, they were at most in the mysterious heaven realm. Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue were in the absolute void realm, heavenly venerable realm, and one of them was once an empress. This level of state of mind, temperament, and behavior was not something that ordinary humans could compare with. This was very normal. If Ling Ying and the rest had reached this level, had such a state of mind, and had such a status, they would also be incomparably noble. However, to Lin Xian, it didn't matter. After all, they were all his women. No matter if they were young or old, they were all his. Wahahaha. When Lin Ye saw Ling Long Shui and the rest, they were wearing caps and couldn't show their true charm. Moreover, the lights in the conference hall were dim. However, when she saw Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue today, Lin Ye was really shocked. Weren't they too beautiful? And with such temperament, she could tell at a glance that they were the daughters of some super big family with a high status. How did Lin Xian have a relationship with such perfect women? Even that little girl was incomparably exquisite. When she grew up, she would definitely not lose to them. Ling Long Shui glanced at Lin Xian and said quietly, "I had some matters to attend to, so I came to visit. I think you guys are here to scrounge for food." Lin Xian crossed his legs and shook them as he spoke. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue also had their own thoughts. Today, they really saw Ling Long Shui and the rest's perfection. Even Han Chuxue and Ling Ying really felt inferior for the first time. To be able to make women like them feel inferior, one could imagine how noble these two women's temperament was. Some kind of perception between women was the most sensitive. Then, Ling Ying was super unhappy. Why does Lin Xian know such beauties outside? Of course, she knew that these two were the fairy sisters that she had mentioned before. It was just that this time she really saw them clearly. They were indeed fairy sisters. Han Chuxue also had an indescribable feeling. Little Xian. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Lin Ye reprimanded him. Lin Xian turned his head to look at Ling Long Shui and asked, "Ahem, that, you guys came as guests, right?" Ling Ying was about to laugh to death. This Lin Xian was really interesting. He was still so funny in front of such a goddess sister. Was he stupid or pretending? He even asked them if they brought any gifts. We brought. Ling Long Shui was slightly stunned, then nodded and said. In front of Lin Ye, she tried her best to hide her noble temperament and tried her best to appear more ordinary. Otherwise, it would be impolite. She was a guest, and her temperament was so noble. Although it wasn't her fault, she thought of this point. Chapter 438. Where is it? Where is it? Hearing this gift, Lin Xian's eyes almost lit up. Others might not know, but Lin Xian was very clear. This was a gift from a virtuous realm and a sky sovereign realm cultivator. It was very scary. Lin Xian was thinking about this. Because of her conversation with Ling Longyue had a lot of prejudice against Lin Xian. However, she turned a blind eye to it. She ate the fruits on the table and watched the TV obediently. Little Xian. Lin Ye helplessly rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. They were important guests. How could he be like this in front of guests? The main thing was that Lin Ye didn't know how close Lin Xian was with them. In fact, they weren't close. He only knew Ling Long Shui, and Ling Long Shui was the only one among the three. Lin Xian didn't care too much about this. He only cared about the good things they brought. Little fairy, it's okay. I have a good relationship with them. There's no need to be so formal. Right, Xiao Linglong? Lin Xian raised his eyebrows at Ling Long Shui. Ling Longyue looked at TV and heard Lin Xian's words. She cutely wrinkled her little nose. She didn't agree. Who had a good relationship with him? If it wasn't for her sister, she wouldn't have cut Lin Xian into pieces. How dare he peek at her sister? Damn it! And here were all the girls around Lin Xian. His words and actions could have a special effect on one of them. For example, when Lin Xian said that they had a good relationship, Ling Ying and Han Chuxue would feel uncomfortable. Especially Ling Ying. Her man said that he had a good relationship with a girl who was more outstanding, more beautiful, and more perfect than her. Of course she would feel uncomfortable. Ding. Sensed Ling Ying's jealousy. Scumbag value plus 10,000. Ding. Sensed Ling Ying's disappointment. Scumbag value plus 10,000. This was the first time Lin Xian had felt such disappointment from Ling Ying. Jealousy suited her, but disappointment. Previously, Lin Xian had also had an ambiguous relationship with many girls. At most, she was unhappy and jealous, but she would not be disappointed. Perhaps there was, but not to this extent, right? To be honest, in Lin Xian's eyes, Ling Ying had always been a heartless person. When he looked over, he could also see the disappointment in Ling Ying's beautiful eyes. For some reason, Lin Xian's heart ached for her. He was really a jerk. He had such a good girl, but he was still not satisfied and was still messing around outside. But Lin Xian had no choice. Ling Ying was really very good. In any case, Lin Xian felt that he was already very satisfied with having her. The more he interacted with her, the more he liked this girl. Moreover, as a woman, how many people in the world would indulge their man to do something outside? There were definitely quite a few. But those women were not good people. Ling Ying was different. Therefore, when Lin Xian saw the disappointment in her eyes, he felt guilty. Extremely guilty. Ling Ying saw Lin Xian's gaze and the disappointment in her eyes disappeared. Then, she glared fiercely at Lin Xian, using her barbaric side to cover up her weak side. Lin Xian gave her a gentle smile, but it made Ling Ying suspicious. What was with Lin Xian's gentle smile? Logically speaking, if she stared at him, Lin Xian should stare back. But what was with that damn gentleness? Who was that? Hurry up and get out of Lin Xian's body. Lin Xian really didn't mean anything else. He just felt that it was a blessing to have a girlfriend like Ling Ying. Ling Longshui then nodded slightly and said, "Yes, Lin Xian helped me a lot before." Ling Longshui didn't mention how good her relationship with Lin Xian was. She only said that he helped her a lot. Bing Lingyue also said, "Not only did he help Ling Long, but he also helped me a lot." For Bing Lingyue, Lin Xian waking her up should be a big help, right? Although it was Ling Longshui who helped, Lin Xian also contributed a part of it. "I'm embarrassed by what you guys are saying." Hearing Lin Xian's words, Ling Ying couldn't help but roll her eyes. Then, Lin Xian's next sentence almost made her laugh out loud. "Since I've helped you guys a lot, what are you waiting for? Where's the reward?" Lin Xian said as he made a gesture of rolling money. Ling Longshui, Bing Lingyue, Han Chuxue also revealed a slight smile. This was really strange. Logically speaking, when a guy met a goddess of this level, he would kneel down and lick their boots. Lin Xian didn't kneel down and lick their boots. He even teased them. This was really interesting. "Xian, we don't help people for the sake of reward." Linya tried to reason with Lin Xian again. To be honest, Linya didn't just play the role of a sister, she also played the role of a mother. She would often preach to Lin Xian. Of course, Lin Xian didn't have any objection because what she said made sense. Lin Xian listened to her. "Little fairy, I understand." Lin Xian nodded obediently and said. Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue glanced at Lin Xian. This was the first time they saw Lin Xian admit defeat in front of others. But Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose and then saw some exquisite bags and boxes on the shoe cabinet. Then he rushed over. "I still want to see the gifts." Wahahaha. They couldn't help but smile. Linya couldn't stop Lin Xian. But they were used to it. Damn. In the first bag, there was an exquisite box. Inside were a few purple fruits that Lin Xian was familiar with. Last time, Linya ate these fruits and advanced to the arcane body realm. Immortal fruits. It was indeed Ling Longshui's work. Heaven's Wrath Needle. In the other small box, Lin Xian opened it and saw a Heaven's Wrath Needle. He was excited. Ling Longshui said, "This is Er's last Heaven's Wrath Needle. Aren't you going to participate in the Qianwu conference?" With this heaven's wrath needle, you'll be safer. Ling Long Shui said faintly. Thanks. Lin Xian didn't hesitate to put away the heaven's wrath needle. Then, he took the 3 purple fruits and threw them to Linya. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue each had one. He didn't need it. After all, he was a man. Moreover, Ling Ying was disappointed. He should give her what she deserved. Little Xian. You're wrong. Linya said seriously. Bing Lingyue smiled and said, It doesn't matter. Just like what Lin Xian said, we don't care about these things. When friends are together, they should be comfortable and follow their hearts. If friends are restrained, then they can't be called friends. Linya understood, but she wasn't familiar with Ling Long Shui, so she felt that something was wrong. Lingyue, you're right. If you don't mind, then it's fine. Linya said faintly. Of course it's fine. Bing Lingyue said with a smile. Chapter 439. Lin Xian then came over and said, Little Fairy has eaten this fruit before. Little Ying Ying, little Chuxue, try it. Maybe you'll be surprised. Forget it. Eating the gifts they brought in front of the guests while Ling Long Shui and the others could only watch. That was impolite. They were not in the wrong, and neither was Lin Xian. Lin Xian felt that Ling Long Shui and the others did not need to follow the rules. Moreover, Lin Xian knew that they did not care about these things, and he was even more aware of their realm. Ling Ying and the others did not know about these things. All right. Pretend I didn't say anything. Lin Xian shrugged. At least Ling Long Shui still had some conscience and even gave him a heaven's wrath needle. He was still happy. Ahem, you guys chat. I'm going to lie down for a while. I'm tired. Then Lin Xian decisively left. If he appeared with these 6 women, it would obviously be a disaster. The best choice was to run away quickly. Moreover, if he did not run away, he might have to cook. He did not want to. After that, Lin Xian returned to his room, closed the door, and happily took out his phone to play a game with Lu Yufan. As for the rest of them, let nature take its course. What did it have to do with him? It was comfortable and comfortable. Are you hungry? Little Ying, accompany everyone and chat. I'll go make some food. Linya said as she got up. No need, I'm just here to sit. There's no need to trouble yourself. Ling Long Shui quickly said. We haven't eaten yet. Since you're here, why don't we eat together? Sister Linya, let me help you, Ling Ying said. No need, I can do it alone. You take care of the guests. Then Linya put on an apron and walked into the kitchen. Ling Ying still felt that it would take a lot of time for Linya to cook for 7 people. She would also be very tired, so she definitely needed help. Chuxue, why don't you chat with Sister Linglong and the others? I'll go help Sister Linya, Ling Ying said. Let's go together. Han Chuxue didn't know them, so she didn't know what to talk about. Oh, isn't it good to watch TV? Ling Longyue said quietly. Therefore, Lin Xian knew his place and slipped away in advance. Now, he was happily playing games in his room. Ka Linging opened the door and walked in. Hey, they're all your friends. We don't even know each other. If you don't entertain them, who will entertain them? Ling Ying nudged Lin Xian. It's okay, just let them sit there. That won't do. Either you go and entertain them, or I'll go and entertain them. You go and help big sister Linya cook. You choose. Ling Ying said angrily. Dear Fan Fan, I'll slip away first. The tigress at home cares about me. With that, Lin Xian put away his phone. Who are you calling a tigress? Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian. I said you're a little cutie. Go go go, hurry up and entertain them. I'll go and help big sister Linya cook. Then, Ling Ying walked out, and Lin Xian followed closely behind. In the living room, Ling Long Shui and the others sat on the sofa and watched TV. Han Chuxue was very embarrassed. She wanted to help in the kitchen, but Linya rejected her, so she could only sit there. Friendship between women could come very quickly. For example, "Wow, your bag is so pretty." Friendship between women could come very quickly. However, one of them was a noble empress, one of them was a noble virtuous realm expert, one of them was a proud little loli, and the other was Han Chushue. How could they find a topic to talk about? Seeing Lin Xian walk out, Han Chushue heaved a sigh of relief. At least he could talk to Linglong Shui and the others. Even if Han Chushue didn't say anything, it was better than watching TV awkwardly. "I wonder if there's a big sister here who can give me a chest to lean on," Lin Xian said as he sat down beside Han Chushue. The others looked at Lin Xian silently, and then no one said anything. Lin Xian, "Hey, can you guys talk to me?" Lin Xian wasn't afraid of this awkward situation, because he wasn't afraid of embarrassment, especially when it came to these girls. "Can you stop talking and disturb me watching TV?" Linglong Yu turned her head and looked at Lin Xian with disdain. What was very awkward was that Lin Xian couldn't retort this girl for the time being. That feeling was very uncomfortable. Because this girl was different, he couldn't afford to offend her. "You Linglong Shui said with a slight reproach, but more importantly, it was to remind her. After all, Linglong Shui still needed Lin Xian's help. "Okay." Linglong Yu pouted and then silently ate her banana. "Lin Xian, other than visiting today, there's also something I need your help with." "Say it." Lin Xian looked at Linglong Shui's beautiful face. Do you still have that thing from before? Because Yu Air's purity is about the same, so, if you don't, then forget it." "I'm just saying." Linglong Shui was also a little embarrassed. She was a virtuous realm expert, and yet she had repeatedly asked Lin Xian for help. This was also her first time. Although Linglong Yu didn't seem to care, she still listened carefully. She definitely wanted her space attribute to reach the large success stage. "I do," Lin Xian said decisively. To Lin Xian, this attribute increasing potion wasn't worth much. It was only 5 million scum points. It was different from the Sky Star Fruit. No matter how much he exchanged, the attribute increasing potion would still be 5 million scum points. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Linglong Shui was pleasantly surprised. It was really a surprise. She didn't have too many restraints. There were only her parents, the matter of the Heavenly Fox clan many years ago, and her sister. If her sister's space attribute reached the large success stage, Linglong Shui would be able to do what she wanted to do with peace of mind. Although it might be dangerous and she might die somewhere, at least she would have the ability to protect herself. It was awkward to say. If Lin Xian knew about this, he would definitely vomit blood. To Linglong Shui, a heavenly venerable realm and a large success stage spatial attribute was only enough for her to protect herself? What about him? However, this kind of thing varied from person to person. At Linglong Shui's realm, she could come into contact with more things. She knew very well that even a heavenly venerable realm expert was nothing in front of some people. Provoking a virtuous realm expert or a heavenly Dao realm expert was also an ant. And with her sister's troublemaking personality, she was also worried. "Then, can you?" Linglong Shui nodded slightly and looked at Lin Xian. She was really embarrassed. "Of course. But what can your sister give me?" Linglong Shui, who was beside them, was stunned. What were they talking about? Bing Lingyue was more in charge of being pretty. Being pretty was enough. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.